Indeed, we leave. Alright, I think I've already posted in all the places, so I just gotta check and make sure everything is working properly. Yep, everything is working properly. Thank you for the resub with Prime.
Checking notifications.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I have a cold open for you, Draco.
Okay.
What? Alright. Imagine... Alright, I had to set up the situation. So you're in a hospital.
Okay.
For surgery.
Sure.
But you're still not feeling any pain. You're still put under, but you're also conscious during the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most unsettling song to hear?
Why does it sound like the start of like 90% of all the movies that come out in the last 10 years?
The one bites the dust.
That one's good.
What Sound of Music?
What is that song from what is it, American Psycho or something that's playing in the background when he's killing that person?
Going on. Hip to be square.
That's that would be the worst song to hear.
I mean, personally for me, it would be Nicki Minaj's Anaconda. Would be a very terrible song to hear as they're cutting open your rib cage.
Yeah.
Hip to be square is a pretty good one though.
Just you're
Do you
sitting
go with the original
there.
Song, or do you go with the B version?
You're going out.
Or
It's
hip
hip to be
FBs.
square.
It's hip to FBs.
No.
Have you heard that version?
I don't think so.
I'm censoring it because it's still beginning a stream, but you can figure it out. Hold up.
I did a little more towards the character, the slime character, if you look why.
Gotta move Durst Manor back to where it belongs, 'cause for some reason it got all the way off the map.
Oh no.
Okay, and let's take a look-see over here. Oh, nice! And that's just the drop form, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I said I finished the leather around the goggles and then the backpack. It's lovely.
Trying to think of what the modern equivalent of Hip to Be Square would be. A song so good it's bad.
Why?
WAP.
I can think of like a bunch of songs that it would be really funny to be murdered to.
WAP would also be a funny song to be murdered to. Certified Freak. 7 days a week.
Staying alive.
Yes.
I just thought of from Ado, one of I think it's called Elf is the name of the song, where it's Sayonara, adieu, love you, something like that. That would be funny. It's like, bye, I love you. Bye-bye.
The one that I thought of that would be both funny and really like terrifying in the moment would be Friday by Rebecca Black.
Oh god, that would be horrifying.
Actually,
I think the worst song for me would be
just because Yelly said
in the morning.
Just because Yelly said a specific thing, my mind just went to American Dad with Steve and Krampus.
Any of the songs that Steve sings would be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Draco, are you planning things? Is that why you're asking?
I mean, I'm not the one who asked.
I'm the one who asked.
Yeah. Don't put this evil on me.
Actually, let me find
Fair.
that song down.
But are you planning things?
That's for me to know and you to find out, maybe.
Where's the Disto Club side adventure for Owajima? I want a Disco Club side adventure. That's where we beat Big Fish Tony.
So we're gonna have like a Yakuza 0 situation.
Yes.
Yes. Someone has to sing Bakamitai, word for word.
Yes.
Someone has to slide on the dance floor.
Is this?
But will it be Friday night? That's the real question.
Of course.
Or is it or Saturday Night Fever?
Do do do
Oh,
do 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 do.
But will it be Friday? But
It's
will
gonna
it
be
be
the
Friday
Majima.
night in California?
Mm.
What would be a funny
Or-
Sinhalese song? Let me try to think.
I'll sing Finger Bang. That'd be a funny song.
No,
How about Judgment?
I've got the better one. Imagine the
Doesn't
same
look
scenario, except you're in the dentist office. As soon as they start up the drill, you just start hearing "Crank That" by Soldier Boy.
Oh no!
You.
Watch me, you.
Superman that out.
I figured out something that might be funny. So there's a song called Baila Kamudu Remix Karala. Because the song is, let's remix a bunch of Baila songs, like Sinhalese Baila songs together. And for some reason mention John Cena in the middle of everything.
Huh?
John Cena's theme as you're in the doctor's office getting put under.
And his name is John Cena.
It'd be awful.
Your time is
Right
up.
before you-
The time is down.
Choco, you know, it'd be very like unsettling. Right before you pass out, you start hearing the Undertaker theme, and then you pass
Oh,
out.
no.
God,
You're like,
no.
oh, no.
Oh God!
Just hear right before you pass out, you just hear the ding Undertaker gong, and then you just hit the floor.
No.
Your
No.
final thought. Well,
That's-
I'm dead.
No, because then you wake up and all the doctors are on the floor and Undertaker's just standing in front of you.
No, that's when you just hear the voice of the Booty Warrior just saying, "I see you, I want you.
Oh no!
I know who you are. You Chris Hansen. I'd like to call you Chris Hansen. Now, I'm not here for some milk cookie. I'm a little boy.
What?
I know that would
What's it gonna be, Tom?
What's gonna be, Tom? Don't drop the soap, Tom. Tom.
Twitch is being wild. It says I have ads in progress for 12 hours.
What?
What?
Oh,
Maybe
Oh,
that's
no.
what
maybe it's
Yelling was
maybe
talking
it's
about.
getting confused from what I said.
I mean, I fixed it though, is the thing. To be the proper
You
time.
fixed the time thing?
Yeah. I did it manually.
Should say 9. Okay.
Twitch said you wanted the hard way. Okay.
Okay, now its ad starts in 12 hours and 34 minutes.
Yeah, it's your time.
Yeah.
What on earth is happening?
Why don't you message someone in the Twitch Creator Club right now? Like in the Creator Help chat.
Well, hold on. Let's. Can someone check the actual stream to see if stream is actually happening or not, or if it's an ad break?
No,
Oh,
it's
we're
good
fine.
on my end.
It's good on my end.
Okay.
Or-
Weird.
Check the audio too, and it's doubly playing.
Okay, everything seems to be working, but the ads are just going to start in 12 hours for some reason.
If you told
Alright, so we
me earlier, I would have checked. I didn't realize that the time was wrong.
I didn't know until after you had left. I didn't realize.
We had it on and working for several hours at this point. No.
Yeah, what is... Like, it's set to the right time zone and everything, so I don't know why it wouldn't be...
It's okay. We'll figure it out together, or just ask in the Creator Club. Someone who's more techie will probably like answer.
This is weird. I doubt
Oh,
it.
Draco, it's
actually,
simple. We only have 12 hours to beat the game.
Yeah.
12 hours before the ads hit.
12-hour stream. Let's go. 12 hours of D&D.
Probably 50 campaign with that.
Oh, you brought me back to my younger days.
I remember back in those days.
anything tomorrow, right?
I'm not even joking. Me and my friends used to play D&D for 3 days straight with no breaks.
Goddamn. I didn't do for that long, but yeah, back in the day, I used to play for like at least 5 or 8 hours.
I mean, we had breaks to use the bathroom, fix food, but we were continuously play for like, because it was back before I got married and while I was in the military, so we all went to one person's room where we had a 3-day or a 4-day. The entire weekend, we will be playing nonstop.
Goddamn.
Running off of energy drinks, hopes and dreams.
And I also upped the bit rate, because now that the RAM is in here, it should work fine. Okay, and now it's changed to 30 minutes, 51 seconds, so it seems to have finally corrected itself, at least.
That's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
That was weird,
Okay,
but we should be
we
good.
beat the game at 31 minutes.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Even with speedrun tactics, I don't know if that's happening.
Nonsense. I could beat the game at 31 minutes.
Beat Strahd
You
tonight.
did. You did. It's possible.
Okay, we all just have to be super optimized. We have to know exactly what we're going to do for every turn.
And you also need to know
Every
the
turn has to
exact
last
path
literally 6 seconds.
to Strahd.
Don't
No,
worry.
we
I got
No,
locate
Jacob, it's
object.
we bring Strahd to us. We kill Irina. We bring him to us.
I mean, that would theoretically do it. Hey, Strahd, check this out, stab.
Use a bitch.
Ah, my eye!
Feign death.
What did you do?
Look here, you escaped us
Just
once,
give her a
but you
little
won't
stab.
escape us again.
You know, it seemed like my audio was a little loud for stream. Let me just do a quick mic check. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. That's better. Okay, we're good. All right, so question: who would like to do the recap?
I can do it.
Right, then the floor is yours.
Hello, Clover here. Okay, let me look at my notes. We were able to get all the seeds of those druid ladies, witches, the witch lady, the witches, the sisters.
Mm.
Yes, the sisters. We were able to get all the seeds planted and having them come back and find out that they're this big, the mother of all witches, which Dan kind of gawked over, which I thought was funny. Then we met Dan's friend, Elise, and Ease's mentor, I believe. We ended up fighting them. As we were fighting them, I was having a real good time fighting Elise. But Dan had to finish her before I got to get a chance to play with her. Like I wanted to, but we ended up finishing them off. Me and both were able to decipher the book, so whenever we get a chance, we're about to look at that. Did we finish off the hag last session?
The hag was before that.
Yeah, the hag was a previous session.
I feel like there's something after that.
Let's see. Unleash.
I think it was just a fight.
Bringing
That was the
Hecate
fight
back.
in the Return to Seath. We opened up the chest.
Yeah, we opened up the chest, got a couple of things out of there. I'm trying to. There was one more thing. Because I know we got 3 level ups.
I think that was it. We just got 3 level ups and we're trying to figure out what to do next.
Hmm.
Because I know we got it from the seeds. I know we got it from the fighting at least. There was something else we got a level up for.
The
Sun Sword.
The Sun Sword, yeah. The Sun Sword would have been the 3rd
Yes,
level.
Sun Sword.
Like, normally I don't like to crowd level ups like that, but it just makes sense given what is left to do anyways.
Plus, it's the way Curse of Strahd is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it would be wrong for me to not give you a level up for finding an item of power. That just would be fucked up.
Like, we literally hit, like, end game area.
Hmm.
Now that we have all 3.
I mean, we still got to finish deciphering the book anyway, so
True.
We still haven't got the 2 level ups from that. So,
Right. So let
I believe
us. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I believe that is it. Last thing I remember we were thinking about looking at the book, seeing what's going on with that, and then going to wherever the dragon head was supposed to go.
We're also supposed to go into town to check on everybody.
That too.
Good feeling about that.
All right. And with that, you can take your point of inspiration as I bring us back to the Barovian map. New and improved. Okay, let's zoom out for chat. So, what did you want to do first? You could look through the book. You could go to Vallaki and see how that's doing. Or you could head to Argynvostholt. Admittedly, Vallaki is on the way.
Draco.
Mm-hmm. Yes?
So the second you said look at a book, I'm like, take a look. It's in a book.
Reading Rainbow. Fair enough. But I suppose technically Vallaki is on the way to Argynvostholt, so I guess the real question is, do you want to hop into the book, or do you want to go to Vallaki first?
I was thinking we can look into the book while Dan takes us to Vallaki. So by the time we're done with the book, we'll be in Vallaki.
Alright. Makes sense to me.
Sure.
Right. And let me grab the book stuff. Let me also grab, real quick, my travel guide. Because I don't think it would be too long to get from your current position to Vallaki. So you're probably right that by the time you're done, you'll be there. So from there... Ah yes, Bone Grinder to Bone Grinder. Did I mention that? That the name of the windmill that you're at was the old Bone Grinder in Module as written?
Makes sense.
Yeah? It does make sense, but it's really stupid that it's named that, because imagine if I told you when you were going to the windmill where the hags that you didn't know were hags were, and this is the old Bone Grinder. I'm sure nothing bad is happening at the old Bone Grinder windmill.
They took all the children to the Bone Grinder.
That sounds like a ultimate move finisher or something.
I could see that, yeah. Right, where is...
Oh, yeah.
There
I
is our
wonder-
map.
What other options are there for bone grinding? Like what, like normal-ish things would you need ground bones for?
I
My
mean,
God, he hit him with a bone grinder.
technically
White
bone meal
pudding.
is a thing that exists.
And it's
White pudding.
like in Minecraft,
Like
bone
blood
meal is
meal as
actually
well.
really good for gardening.
So,
Yeah, okay, never mind. It is, bone meal is good for gardening, and blood meal is good to prevent
White pudding.
annoying deer from eating your plants if I remember correctly. And also has extra iron, if your plants need extra iron.
Oh, I need to
Honestly, I
update a
just-
token.
That should be our raid message for the night, by the way. The bone grinder.
The Bone Grinder.
Honestly, when
What kind of
when I went to
grinding and
Ireland,
boning are we doing?
I-
I mean, what?
Oh my.
Yelly, don't get me started because I could have made so many jokes from last night.
The floor is yours.
I don't say it now on screen.
Anywho, you open the book for chapter 2. My army settled in the valley, renamed for my father, as we took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of a God's grace or justice. The mists swirl in as you get dragged into the book, and I set the scene. Let me scroll around here because I need to find you guys. Actually, why don't I zoom out? That's weird. Do I not have your vision on those? No, wait, there you are. There we
Just
go.
off to the side.
So yeah, you should be like somewhere near the middle on the left. You should see your tokens. You're on a bridge.
Let me switch this token out.
Ah, yes. I did not update that. This was set up previously before what happened. There we go.
What happened? What?
It's fine.
I'm confused.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
We were going to cry, but it's okay.
You stand just beyond the front gates of a curtain wall, so colossal that the largest of giant kind could pass through with ease. The wall is nearly 50 feet in height, interrupted by squared-off turrets that rise even higher. The wall is further dwarfed by the round towers of the keep overhead, the tallest soaring easily 3 times the height of the gate. Weighted hooves clop through the dirt and across the wood and stone behind you, the most distant of which still trod across a seemingly infinite bridge. You seem to be on horseback, along with some people, some that you recognize from the previous chapter, others you don't. Rahadin and Alexandra are both here with you, as well as 2 other people that you don't quite recognize. They are 2 men. One seems to be in the holy garb of the Morning Lord, and the other is very richly dressed, most likely a noble.
Question.
Answer.
I forget. Has Antonious been in any of these so far?
The last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Last one.
You were in the war.
So
you would,
oh yeah. Okay.
you would be familiar with Rahadin and Alexandra. But for frame of reference, Alexandra and Rahadin. The other 2 members, this is the holy man that is with you, and the noble-looking gentleman. If you want to ask them any questions of the situation where you find yourselves, feel free.
I guess the easiest question that would be asked is, Raul will turn to one of them and be like, "So what is the plan?"
Alright, so... Oh wait, I had handouts. I didn't need to show that. Well, I'll do it this way then. We'll start with this gentleman, the priest that's among you. Well, the lands here now belong to our Lord Strahd. We're going to christen him as the lord of these lands in the typical ritual that follows. Rahadim will chime up that There's possibly an assassin hidden amongst the forces that seek to eliminate Strahd, so we're keeping our eyes peeled while the ritual goes along. We recently executed a man who was in possession of a dagger commonly carried by the mystic Balveriz Assassin's Guild. But we don't believe he was actually the assassin, most likely a red herring to throw us off. We'll move forward on your horses into the courtyard in front of Castle Ravenloft. Raoul, you've seen the castle before when you originally confronted Strahd, and you've seen it on the horizon, though you've probably never come to the front door before the attack on Strahd. It looks significantly younger than it was before, recently built. It is in perfect repair, pristine at this moment. A very beautiful castle, if not for the history you know it hides in the future. But for right now, none of that horror has happened. This is what it once was, after all.
Clover will look back at them and ask, why would they want to even dethrone Strahd in the first place?
And I will... This time the noble speaks up, and I will share his picture. Well, you know how it is. Nobles always searching for power to be the top dog, as it were. That's one viable option. Of course, there might be those in these lands who have not yet realized who's properly in control now and want to take another chance at freeing the lands from our lord, of course, as silly as that might seem. You said it in the... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Are there any suspects you guys conclude to who it might be?
At the moment, no. There's still investigations to be had, and we're of course still keeping our guard and our wits about us. They'll be rooted out soon. It's just a matter of time and waiting for the right moment. At that, you sit in the courtyard and there's a terrible silence. A bit, I wouldn't say awkward, but definitely concerning. That's interrupted by the cold... Oh wait, I'm sorry, am I in the wrong section here? The characters explored the courtyard... Okay, so yes. You see the man you all know, Strahd, come out of the front door. He's a bit older than you saw him in the previous fight. Not much, of course. And he has a dagger that he unsheathes. It's a red, black, and gold dagger. Finely crafted. Its hilt leads to a sinister, curved blade. He kneels and wrenches his left hand into the soil, returning to his feet with dirt crumbling from between his knuckles. He points the dip of the dagger briefly to the north, east, south, and west, like a priest blessing a congregation with holy water, before stabbing it lightly into his mud-caked palm. A mixture of dirt and blood drip as he squeezes. I am Strahd. I am the land. He repeats the mantra 3 more times, once in each cardinal direction, before facing upward and speaking. Draw near and witness. I, Strahd, am the land. Blood and magic meet the soil, and the sky is swallowed as the courtyard vanishes. I'll take you to the next scene. But as I'm doing that, you remember Strahd mentioned those druids caught wind of something from his past. He is ancient. He is the land. This must have been the ritual that they had originally heard that from. It seems silly, in hindsight. This is clearly a ceremonial ritual, nothing that gives him true powers over the land. And yet, you know now in the present time he does have such sway on the land, or he did, before you freed the lands from him by freeing Hegate. Let me find the correct room, because there's still... Ah, here you are. Alright, let's go back to the GM's lair. I'm just doing some setup in the background. Feel free to discuss while I'm doing some scene dressing back here. And to the token layer. And the token layer. Gonna have to grab a couple more tokens that aren't quite right. Perfect. And is that everyone? Who am I missing? One, two, three, four, five. Someone is definitely still missing. Ah, figured it out. Yeah, no, I'd say these two would be here. Before I swap you over, I'm apparently going to have to refresh because tokens are cloning on the sheet while I'm moving them. Oh, roll 20. I love you, but sometimes you can be a mess. Okay, now I can take you to the page proper. Number 5 of the maps. You will find yourselves on the left center of the map. Ironically, it probably should have put you, like, basically around where you're going to be for this scene.
Yep.
All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. What feeble light burns in the dimming fireplace is enough to fill the room with rolling waves of red and amber light, illuminating the rows and rows of ancient books, their leather covers well oiled and preserved through careful use. Large gaps span segments of the shelves, likely left to fill in more knowledge as it comes. The stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. In the center of the room is a large, low table, waxed and polished to a mirror finish. Even the poker in its stand next to the blazing fireplace is polished. A sturdy carved desk houses several scrolls of parchment, open books, and candles, burned nearly to the wick. In one of the 2 chairs, crafted of burgundy and colored wood, with padded leather seats that face the hearth, is Lord Strahd von Zorovich. His head rests on his left hand, a letter gripped tightly in his other. Also in the room, you see the priest that you saw earlier. You now know, going through these memories, instinctually, as if the book is giving this memory to you. His name is Gabriel Andrel. You remember in Vallaki there's a St. Andrel's church. Must be named after this individual. He lets out a sigh. I'm sorry, my lord, I had to bring such tidings to you, especially after such a victory. There's not much I can do except offer some comfort by offering condolences of the mourning lord. If anyone wants, they can roll an insight on Strahd and Gabriel, if you so choose.
That is a 15.
Okay.
Hi, why?
Okay, so that was honestly Raoul and Kardak. And Bolt.
Sorry, I forgot to roll.
No worries. Oh, yeah, and I should, since yelling cannot roll, I should roll for them at the moment. Once it loads, I'll do that. Come on, roll 20. There we go. Right, and insight. Oh, hey, I just noticed there's a slight typo in here. It says insight is intelligence when we all know it's wisdom. Ooh, Antonious doesn't know. So, Bolt, Kardak, and Raoul. You notice that there is a clear tension between the two of these individuals. In modern times, obviously, Strahd is not a religious man, but you get the feeling even now he's not very religious. Perhaps he seems to tolerate this man's presence and his condolences. But obviously understanding the power of the church, but not himself devout to the Morning Lord. You witness the conversation, and eventually Strahd lets out a sigh and decides to go with Gabriel outside the room and head to the chapel. And as the two of them leave, the two of you are, not the two of you, all of you are free to explore this room to your heart's content. See what might be found in this room of the past, as the book is not moving you out of it.
Let's check the table. It should have... You said there was some stuff on it, right?
Mm-hmm. Also, it seems Strahd has left the letter behind that he was handed by Gabriel, if you want to see what that said.
Yes, Clover would immediately go for that letter.
Then allow me to show you the letter. Why is it not showing? There it goes. Took a little bit. So, the message is in script there, but there's also a plain text translation if you're having some difficulty reading the cursive. If you would like to read that aloud, feel free.
Dear Lord Strahd von Zarkovich, ruler of the great land of Barovia, I write today to inform you of the passing of Queen Ravenloft?
Ravenovia.
Ravenovia von
Roine.
Roine, beloved ruler, wife of Grand King
Barov,
now deceased. An illness took to her on the road from your homeland, and our healers were unable to prevent its spreads. She wished dearly to see the land which you claim in the von Zadovich name. The remainder of our caravan will arrive in the Barovian hills with the Queen in 7 days' time. Our attending Dawnbringer magic will ensure that she completes the journey to Castle Ravenloft, and we may conduct a complete burial service at your disgrace. Sorrowfully yours.
That would be Father. Father Groza.
Father Groza.
And
so this letter is about... I'll say it in character. So it seems like the letter might be about the passing of his family. No wonder he's in a bad mood today.
Clover puts her her thumb to her chin and looks at Ro. Wouldn't that be your mother as well?
Draco, would that be?
Yes,
Yes,
Raven Nova is Sergei's mother.
Yeah, or we'll turn to her. It'll be Sergei's mother. Technically mine, but not Raul's. It's hard. There's like 3 people in here.
3.
Long story.
I'm not gonna ask. Maybe later, but.
Man, Raul is just like Sora, 3 hearts in a trench coat.
Draco, there have been like 3 incarnations of Raul throughout this campaign.
Yeah. I just never thought of it till now, just like Sora. 3 hearts in a trench coat.
Yep. And you got a keyblade.
It's true.
Yeah. But that actually does raise a point. Like, Raul kind of perks up a bit and looks at Clover. Throughout these visions so far, we have not seen Sergei at all. Oh, I wonder why he isn't here.
Remember the last scene? They did say there was somebody trying to kill him. Maybe Sergei.
Raul kind of looks inward. I doubt that. From what I can remember, Sergei did actually love his brother. It was Strahd's jealousy that led to, well, Strahd killing Sergei. But that is, maybe there's some other notes around here as Raul's going to investigate the table.
All right, you look at the table. The desk seems to contain a variety of spell components, nothing more than 10 gold, but if there are any spell components anyone needs that has a value of 10 gold or less, it's in there. There's some high-quality spellbook parchment and a small lockbox.
No, this is 25 GP. Never mind.
Maybe there's something in the lockbox, though.
True.
But what if you're still encumbered from...
Are you over incumbent? Are you over incumbent or?
Overcarrying a capacity because of money right now. Since last
You could have deposited all that in the.
Yeah, you could have put it in the gold pile in the hut. Basically, if you were too over encumbered by your gold, you could very easily leave it behind and just accept that you know exactly how much is your cut, just for sake of ease, so you're not moving at half speed because of over incumbency.
But you're talking to a tabaxi.
I mean, are you sure you want to put that on you? Because it's going to make movement a lot harder. Your movement speed will be 15.
I think that's just an Antonious thing, not a Tabaxi thing, yelling.
Yeah.
Oh!
Like, look at Bolt. Bolt's the fastest cat I know.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Just look at him.
Clover, can you open up the lockbox?
Yes, I can. And she pulls out her thieves' tool and starts to open it.
All right. Roll a sleight of hand. Let's see, and let's take that off. You rolled a 15. You hear a click, and as you open it, you discover that inside there is 37 silver, 162 gold, as well as... Let me do a quick roll here. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So that's, what, number 5 on the thingamajig? Yeah, okay. Number 5. Weirdly enough, it looks like clothes stolen from a scarecrow for whatever reason. A necklace of a sibling that died. It doesn't look like Sergei. It looks like another sibling that maybe died in childbirth, unfortunately. A small worn book of children's nursery rhymes.
Taking that and I'm gonna give it to Queen Bee.
And that was 32. And a teacup from a child's tea set that is stained with blood. You have no idea what the relevance of any of these are. And above game, there was 1d4 gothic trinkets there, and I rolled 4. So those are your 4. We can assume, just based on what is here, that some of these may be from Strahd's childhood. Not entirely sure what the relevance is. Aside from the obvious one that has the dead sibling in it. And I will post all of those again in party. So let's see, that was the clothes stolen from the Scarecrow. Shift enter.
Anyone want to dress up like a scarecrow?
Yeah.
Dress up as a scarecrow.
Yeah. They could dress up like our dear old friend, old Jericho Sticks. But most people call him Jericho. Most friends do.
Most folk do. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Clover can pull it off. You can shape shift.
It's very true.
There you go.
But I'm sorry, it was a sibling that died on the day he was born. So perhaps there was a child before Strahd that died. And that was his necklace. It has a name engraved on the back. Let me grab that real quick. Where is it? Barovians. We'll say that that name was Balthazar.
Balthazar Black.
Grave one. So that's 1, 2, 3. Which one did I forget to pop in here? The teacup cover.
Because it was the nursery rhyme.
Nursery rhymes. That's what it was.
I assume just flipping through it, it's like Brothers Grimm style.
Yeah.
Nursery rhymes. Yeah, that checks out. Every kid dies in these stories. They either die or get kidnapped.
And then
Reminds me of childhood.
Yeah. Typical Barovian childhood. And I'll also pop that into notes, the monetary value you found in there. Also, the books that are in here, that are currently in here, probably be worth some money too if you want to take some effort to try and steal them, but that would put a lot of weight on you if you're taking all these books. Some are more valuable than others. There's like a range of 1 to 100 gold, but without someone who's an expert on literature, it'd be kind of hard to figure out which ones are worth taking.
You said these scrolls on the table are like supposed to be like spell scrolls, right? Are they actually complete or? Really?
No, this looks like paper for writing spells. Like, it's definitely spellbook parchment that could be used to make spell scrolls if someone so desired and had the proper ink for it. But they don't have anything written on them at the moment.
I thought we would get a clue if there was like half finished and we figured out what spells they were trying to make.
Nah, sadly not at the moment. Oh, I forgot there's another thing of importance in here. If you look over the mantelpiece, there is art of who you imagine are King Barov and Queen Ravenova. Let me see, do I have that picture in here? I think I got it as a handout, but I don't remember. Did I not? Ah, beans. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else, because I'm pretty sure I did grab that artwork. Barov. handouts. There it is. You see a painting of these two above the mantelpiece. Raul, you would definitely recognize that these are Sergei and Strahd's mother and father. The father is a very serious and dour-looking man, while the woman, Ravenova, seems to have a sort of kindness about her, but also a very serious demeanor.
I want to do something dumb.
Okay.
I say dumb, but it's Sierra Games logic. I'm gonna try to see if to lift up the painting to see if there's anything behind it.
All right.
There you go.
You lift up the painting, and as you do, you find a wall. There's nothing behind it.
Okay, never mind. I'll put it back and like gently pat it.
However, as you do put that back, the door opens. Strahd walks in. He doesn't seem to notice any of you. As he walks up to the fireplace, if you recall, there's a very polished-looking poker that is next to the fireplace. He pulls it, and the fire sputters out of the fireplace. He then moves back through the now emptied fireplace to a room that is behind it.
Well, that goes what I was about to do, because I was about to use that.
And as you see that, that's when the mists start to roll back in. Escape from the isolation of death was impossible. In the many years, I learned that the brightest days cast the darkest of shadows. And you return back to inside Dan's hut. Bolt, you can now cast Gentle Repose as a ritual spell once per dusk for completing Chapter 2.
I have that spell.
It's a pretty good spell.
Yeah.
God dang.
And now I just need to grab the music because you're in the potion shop, air quotes. That's Dan's theme. Where is special?
I also have a question. Did we ever find out what the bracers did that Elise had?
Yeah. Bracers
of archery.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, they were braces of archery. We gave that to Kardak because you took the +2 bow.
That's right. Yeah, I still had it on my sheet, and I forgot to take it off.
Right, and as you come back in the hut, you notice that you are right by Velaki. Dan sees you've returned. Learn anything interesting while in there this time?
Some secret passages. We're also gonna try to see if you can pull out the book and the necklace.
Yep, they are once again with you.
Just some trinkets. And I think we were there when we saw there was an not an attempted assassination. There was a ritual where he tries to become part of the land. Brawl just gives him the lowdown.
All right.
Of what happened in there.
Interesting. Nothing that really serves our purposes at the moment. However, still, no such thing as bad intel, really.
There was that secret room, though.
Indeed. Perhaps there'll be something interesting in there in the present day.
Do we have like a time for another one?
We will have to still decipher the next chapter, which would take a minute.
Hmm. I mean, I suppose if you want to hang out here and try and break another one through, you could. However, wouldn't that be like 4 hours time of investigation and code cracking?
Yeah, that's gonna take some time. I don't think we've done enough in the day to basically settle down and do that just yet. Or what do you all think? Do you think we should take the time to try to decipher and look another chapter, or look at Valaki?
Personally, I feel Valaki is a much pressing. While his history is interesting, I really care about. Well,
Well, I mean, we could learn something interesting about Strahd now that we have the book at our disposal, but I understand where you're coming from. Perhaps we'll learn something that we could use against him at some point, but I'm not entirely certain on that, to be fair.
It shouldn't take us long to just take a peek into town, see what happened.
Would you like me to come with, or am I good to stay back? I don't know if I necessarily want to go into town since I've been out for so long. For all I know, the devil might have set something up for us in there, but it's worth investigating to see what's gone down.
I do think some of us should stay back in the hut just in case. I mean, we don't know what happened recently, and they still may have the lichen test, so I don't think Evie will be able to get in there anyway.
I mean, I could do recon if you guys want.
But don't we also need to... Some of us need to get our equipment fixed up?
Sure.
Right. Let me know if you need anything from me. I guess I'll stay in the hut while you all move out.
Who do we want to leave behind in the hut while we investigate the town?
So I believe you were going to definitely leave Evie behind because lichen test.
Should we leave some more of the NPCs back?
Might be a good idea. Although Quimby is definitely interested in going.
I mean, we can leave all the NPCs.
Quimby is interested in everything.
Yes, that is an accurate statement, yes.
I mean, we can leave all the NPCs back just so it'll be, like, faster going through. Minus Quinn because he's an unhinged little boy that can't be contained.
He's older than you.
Yeah. Correct?
He's older than most of the party.
He's one of the oldest members, but he's got the heart of a child.
Oh boy.
Plus, Dan's got the stone, so if anything does go down, I don't know. If there's trouble brewing, they could book it, and we'll have to meet up with them later on.
Yeah, sure.
Alright then. There you are. All right. So then, if I'm understanding right, this is going to be basically just the party, all of the players, and also Quinby, because you could not keep him behind if you wanted to. He's interested to see what the city looks like now.
He cannot be contained.
Very true.
I mean,
He is our hog.
I mean, if there's any other NPCs that really do want to come along, they can.
I think
I don't know how interested some people do.
Yeah, I think Irina and Eastmark are... It's an interesting question, because, like, they were here for a while, so this was, like, their second home, but at the same time, like, it was, like, their second home.
Really...
I don't know if they'd want to see what's become of it. But they also weren't there that long, so maybe.
I mean, if Irina wants to come, she can. We can bring her along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll say Irina could come along.
It'll be character building. We'll see what happens to this place that you're trying to take care of.
Yeah.
You're the church. It's now covered in blood, and all the orphans are dead, but it's fine. Trauma's gonna be good for you.
There's a few fires, but, you know, that got sorted eventually. Now it's just smoldering ash.
Now, this raises the question for me. Are we going to go by the orphanage?
Most likely.
To inform them what happened with the other children?
Might be a good idea.
I'm going to be honest, Hoshi, it depends if the orphans are still there. Or if the orphanage is still there.
No.
Come on, Strahd was very angry and he dropped a blood rain on the city. The orphanage may be dead.
Do you want to still check it out anyway?
We'll probably see it while we're going down the road. We'll probably see the ruins of it, because it's across the street from the church.
Yeah.
Me above table, yes. Clover has no clue.
So that is true.
So you make your way to the gates. And as you approach, you see the guards doing their usual duties. Anyone who wants to can roll an insight on them to see how they're feeling. I'm not even going to roll deception or anything, because I don't know if they'd be able to. Oh, goddamn. Karnak?
We got it, Clover. Me and you, we got this.
Karnak, they honestly look fine. You know, in spite of everything that's happened, they seem to be holding it together.
This is my job.
Antonious, maybe there's a little bit of exhaustion there, but apart from that, I mean, all things considered, they look pretty okay. Now, Clover and Raoul, you look at these men, they look like they haven't gotten sleep for the past few days. They look exhausted. It's probably been a lot of work to make sure the city stays safe after what happened, and they probably don't have a lot of guards at the moment, so they're showing signs of being wore very thin. They are tired. They acknowledge you're there, and they have a job to properly do, so they're gonna try their goddamnedest to do it, but you get the feeling as soon as they get off shift, they're probably collapsing and going to sleep.
In there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, the Night Slayers, right?
That is right.
We were told when you got here we needed to grab Lady Fiona, if you wouldn't mind waiting for just a moment. The new burgomaster of this area. She wanted to meet with you when you came by.
Is it good news?
She wouldn't tell us, necessarily. Sorry. Or maybe she did. It's been a lot these past few days. But we'll get her. It probably only take about an hour of your time. Sorry.
It is what it is.
right. And he goes in while the other guard stays with you, and sure enough, after an hour passes, you see this woman. The imp is also there around her neck, by the way. Ah, if it isn't the Night Slayers. You've been out of town for a while, and I have been given express orders from our Lord Strahd von Zarovich when you got here. If you'd like to come into town, you must either give up the weapons that could be used against him, or you could let us hold on to the lady, she gestures to Irina, for some time. Or you could do neither and just not come in. The choice is, of course, yours. There have been some changes with our town recently. Previous burgomaster's been executed for his crimes against the town, and I have taken his place as ruler. Clearly, we wouldn't have been attacked if we weren't so hostile towards the ruler of these lands. So we're going to try and acquiesce and be as nice as possible. I'm sure you understand.
And if we refuse and still come in anyway, what will happen?
Well, then we would have to arrest you.
Sorry.
Look, I know you're strong, but laws as they are, we would have no choice but to arrest you as was decreed.
I'm sure you don't want to sure you don't want to intentionally upset Lord Strahd. Anybody who sees Kardak sees him wincing and saying that.
I mean,
I'd right.
Bolt would just say, well, I mean, we did just take out his top general, well, 2 top generals, so even if that were to happen, I don't know if you guys would even want to bother with that.
Listen, I'm the leader of this town, and I will do what I can with the resources I have to ensure that law and order is kept.
Yeah, law. He looked at the imp.
I don't know if you're aware, but devils are beings of law, after all. Contracts and the like.
Not good.
Can I roll an Arcana check on this?
Arcana or religion.
Can I roll that as well?
Can I roll that as well?
Absolutely.
I'm curious. What
I
would
don't-
Antonious know? You said Arcana or religion, right?
Yeah, either or.
Oh, they're
I
the
feel
same
like
for me.
I Clover
Okay.
would have to because we probably already know.
Bolt just said, well, I don't know
Asshole.
anything about devils, but that's a pretty tiny dragon she's got there.
Yeah. She chuckles slightly at that. So, roll with a 12. You don't know much about devils. They don't really appear often in Barovia, but what you do know is that devils are beings of law that are required to follow contracts. Whether or not they twist the contract to be more in their favor or not, unclear.
They're still evil as fuck.
But Draco, with that knowledge, Raul's gonna look to the imp and just say in Infernal, "What's your story, short stuff?"
Let me look for his name real quick. Because I'm sure
Yeah,
he
it's just
has
like just speaking to it in Infernal and trying to see if like Lady Fiona actually picks up, like if she can understand. If I can roll an insight on that.
Yeah. I'll take a look at her sheet as well. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, she would have it.
She would have Infernal too.
Yes.
Hmm.
Alright, where's Velaki?
As she's talking, are there any fangs?
No. Seems to
No?
be human.
Okay.
There's a walk to her house. Storage, secret staircase, servants' quarters.
Bolt just looks at Kardec and says in Draconic, "Hey, check out that tiny dragon."
Clover looks at you. That's not a tiny dragon. And then she says Draconic.
Almost an insult to call it that.
I got the name. So the imp regards you, Raoul, and Infernal says, "My name is Majesto, and I have made a deal with this woman. I am here to help facilitate anything she might need. Typical familiar contract, if you're familiar with those."
I am quite familiar with familiars. But I do wonder, is your contract only with her, or is it with the big guy?
Technically speaking, it's only with her, but she follows the big guy, so by transitive property, I suppose I also work for him.
Does she know anything that we're saying right now?
She's very clearly aware.
Okay, then I'll continue to talk like she's not even listening. Raoul just says with a smirk and a side eye to her, like, bitch, you're not my leader.
You see her hands grip, like, in frustration. Is there something you want to share with the rest of your friends? After all, you're speaking in Infernal, and I don't think all of them speak that language.
No, he'll be fine. He can have his private conversations. It's not my issue.
I've done this before. We fought many of these creatures. Some much more powerful. Much more powerful. As Raoul kind of gives like a death glare towards the imp.
Majesto goes, okay, wow, rude.
I have a question.
I mean, I get I'm an imp, but jeez. No need to be so fucking rude about it.
It's not against you. Well, it's not the slight against you. You seem to be quite okay for right now.
Anyway,
Clover looks at Lady Fiona and asks, so the Night Slayers are not permitted into the permitted in, correct?
That is correct. Not unless you want to give up your items of power or Irina Koliana.
Cool. Clover looks at the party. Stuff you need fixed, give it to me. Because technically, I'm not a part of the Night Slayers.
You're traveling with them, you would be included in that.
They said members of the Night Slayers, correct?
And you were traveling with the Night Slayers when you confronted Lord Strahd. He has informed me of the confrontation at the Amber Temple.
Are you sure that was the same person?
Seemed to match the description.
Clover was small.
Yeah, Clover was small.
Clover looks different. Yeah, Clover looks different.
You're a little taller than he told me, but you basically look the same.
But I was at the Amber Temple with him.
Alright, roll a deception as she tries to insight you.
20.
Good luck with
22.
That. God damn it!
Ooh!
She smiles. Nice try.
I wish I gave an inspiration or something for that beforehand.
That would have been
late.
Don't I have guidance? No, I do not. Fuck.
And you would have to call that beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bolt is just gonna say, now, technically we didn't know about this until we came back, so would you consider this a free pass, and then that rule applies all the rest of the times we come back, or?
No, that's immediately prompt. Effective immediately, I was told. And so I will acquiesce.
Well, alright, well, I think we're done here, and Bolt just starts walking out.
Clover will start walking out with Bolt.
And I'm just going to put this in chat because I realized I didn't grab the name. The imp's name is in the Roll20 Magisto. Or notes. So, let me also...
I'll have Raul say one last thing in Infernal to them as I guess the party leaves. Just to remember, the devil always comes for his due. You're no better than the land that he walks on.
As long as we stay on the devil's good side, I think things will work out just fine. Appreciate the concern, though.
He is a fickle bitch, as Raul walks away.
She looks at you aghast by your crudeness.
Tell him... If you want to tell him other things, tell him Sergei said that.
Noted.
Are we far enough away so they can't hear us?
You eventually walk away from the gates.
Clover looks at the party. I can still get in.
Well, you can. Let's just leave it at that. Know that things would only go bad if you get caught.
Oh wow, shapeshifter. A shapeshifter or a changeling will get caught. If she looks at you.
I know. But
just give me a different pair of clothes and I can go in.
Like
the scarecrow clothes.
You could, you do have
you got
scarecrow clothes.
And you would just need equipment and the equipment and time. Or we just somehow figure a way how to fix all that stuff by ourselves.
Do you want to head back to Dan's hut for the time being to possibly come up with a plan, or just on the fly now get some stuff together?
What do y'all think?
I rather actually.
Because regardless if you're going to sneak in, we should probably take the little time before someone walks into town. Because it may be suspicious if someone immediately, walks by.
Could read the book.
Yeah.
True. Could spend some time on that book.
Or you can just go to Argerbolt's Holt and then double back to the town afterwards.
Yeah.
Also true. You know what? I'll let anyone in the party who wants to can just make a quick intelligence check.
Why
I'm
not?
gonna say Raul with advantage.
16, both ways.
Okay.
Balda's still
use that
excited.
All right.
I don't think.
Balda's still just like, that was a cool dragon.
It was so small.
How?
Okay. So, Hardek and Antonious, you recall that Dan is a witch that has a lot of illusion magic by trade. Perhaps he would have a way to disguise all of you. Antonious, with the natural 20, there's a spell known as Seeming that can transform people's appearance with illusions for up to 8 hours. Any number of creatures that the caster selects. It is possible that Dan, with his powers of illusion, might have access to this spell. Though, admittedly, he would maybe have to prepare it. You don't know if he has that prepared at the moment or not, or if he even has the spell. But it seems like something he might have.
Did you just pun?
I'd like to say it was intentional, but this time the pun was not intended.
With you, it's hard to tell.
That's fair. So, if you want to share that with the rest of the class, you certainly could.
Uh, hi, hi guys. So, I have heard we should go back to the house and ask someone in the house for a specific spell.
Okay.
Don't ask why I know that this person may have this specific spell. And don't ask how I know about this specific spell being a thing.
Have you been snooping?
Would you say? Would you say it? Would you say it is a sneaky kind of spell?
Mayhaps.
But it wouldn't be too crazy for you to know of such a spell.
Listen, with how many times I've been to bars recently?
You mean the one time like 2 weeks ago?
And before that, and before that, and before.
We've been here for like 3 weeks and we only been to a bar twice.
I mean,
You're still
okay.
Are you that drunk?
No, but like before we got into Barovia, we were at a tavern.
Yeah,
right?
but that was a while ago at this point. You've been in Barovia for quite some time.
But it's not outside of the realm of possibility for me to have learned it outside.
I mean, you're a bard.
Is what
I
I'm saying.
don't know if bards can learn the seeming spell off the top of my head, but I could believe you
I don't think
learning
they
of
would
the
know
seeming
it, but
spell.
they might have seen.
I guess.
Yes, a spell, a sneaky spell that sneaks sneakily.
Yeah, so I guess it definitely would make sense that through your, many jaunts through different taverns, you may have heard of something. You hear a lot of shit, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a bard, you're supposed to hear a lot of shit.
Okay, I looked it up. Bards can learn seeming. So it's possible while in Bard College, even though that's a spell wildly beyond the capabilities of just finishing college, you might have heard it from a teacher or something as a spell that you could potentially use at some point, if you studied hard enough.
Or as a prank someone else did.
Well, again, that's a 5th level spell, seeming. Bards in Bard College probably wouldn't be able to cast anything like that. It would have to be a teacher.
But still, a teacher could have done a prank.
Very true. You know what? That's fair.
It's a Bard College. You don't talk about what happened in Bard College.
It's also fair, yes. Correct.
So we make it back to the hut.
So you make it into the hut, and Dan goes, "Oh well, that was fast. What's the situation like in there?"
New management.
We're not allowed in.
Unless we give her the items of power or Irina.
Yeah,
You know, the typical thing.
Mm,
Do you remember Fiona Watcher?
I believe I saw her around town when I had my potion shop in there.
Yeah, she's Strahd's lapdog now.
And she has this really cute tiny dragon.
It's not
It's an
a
imp.
dragon.
It's an imp, but it looks dragon-like.
I mean, I guess you could confuse that for a pseudo-dragon. Both of them have stingers. But neither here nor there. You know, I do happen to have a spell. I don't have it prepared at the moment, but I have a spell known as Seeming. It's an illusion spell that can transform the appearance of multiple people, as many as I need, and it will change clothing and armor illusory, as well as your physical appearance. I could potentially cast that after a rest to reorganize my spells so that you could get properly into town.
My question.
What time of day is it above game?
You've been out for a while. At this point, it's probably getting close to evening.
I mean, we'd probably hunker down and get a rest.
Do we want to risk it?
What do you mean risk it?
I just wanted to make sure that they were okay. I don't want to risk these people being hunted by who just because we're there.
Well, the spell lasts 8 hours, so unless someone goes up and touches you physically and scrutinizes the illusory disguise, I don't see it being found out.
I mean, my plan still stands. I can go in. Just give me a change of clothes.
And I mean, theoretically, I could use my seeming spell just to change your clothes. Although that's a bit of a waste, and that'd only be one person.
How long can you, stay in one shape?
As long as I want.
I mean, honestly, that'd be a nicer plan because at least that's only one person in the town that's less suspicious.
I have a cursed idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
So, you know how Clover's a changeling?
Mm-hmm.
What if Clover somehow covers the skin, covers everyone, changes form so everyone is technically inside her, and then seeming is cast.
What?
And then she spits everyone out.
What is...
That's not how that works.
You cannot turn Clover into a blanket.
That's not how it works.
Are you
The shape has to be a humanoid shape.
This is
Now, if you
the bunny potion all over again.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yelling, I have a feeling you're trying to project something.
What? No, I'm just trying to think logically. If it technically can only transform one person, technically...
Yelly is right there so you can read it.
And it's with how Changer and just changelings in general work, she can only become humanoid sizes, so she can't become a giant and have all of you in her.
Christ.
Also, we don't want to go into war.
Yeah, I'd rather not go into that dark territory, thanks.
Yeah.
That is fair. This is going into a direction I did not anticipate. Never mind.
This took
What's your what is your internet history
real
like?
fucking quick.
I'm not sure which direction you'd think it would be going. That suggestion.
You talked about the bunny thing. You talked about that bunny thing the other day.
What's your internet history like lately? Because I'm getting concerned.
Good night,
You
everybody.
can check my internet history. It's pretty clean. I don't.
I know that most of the party are technically furry characters, but we don't need to go down that path of furry.
Yeah.
That's a rabbit hole nobody wants to venture in.
Yeah, we're not going down that road.
Anywho.
Let's see. Internet history. Something Twitch creator clubs.
No.
You can just clear that
Switch.
out.
Okay, I think we're losing the plot here.
Yeah. Anyways.
And there's also
Bull just pushes Antonious to the side, cartoon style. Anyway.
And there's also something that you could take into
That just
accountability.
happened.
There's also something you need to take into accountability if we use magic. If they use detect magic, the imp.
Yeah, the imp might be able to see it.
True.
Let me see.
Is your shape change thing magical technically or no?
No, it's racial. Just my people can do it.
See, then that's probably the best option if we want to be sneaky about it. Just have her change into a different person, give her some heavier clothes, and then that way, Unless somebody knows how to see through shape changers.
I mean, the only thing that I could think of that will reveal me is a spell called Moonbeam.
Dan sweats.
Our true seeing.
And I think above game, only like true sight can see, like can reveal Clover's true form.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And
What's the likelihood someone in Balaki has that? Pretty slim.
And also actively using it.
I'm just gonna roll a quick religion check from Dan, just 19. Imps traditionally don't have spellcraft. Not really casters. So that's not really something you'd need to be concerned with. Fiona, possibly, but it sounds like she would only be coming to the doors if it was all of you heading there. If it's just some randos, let's say, probably wouldn't care about you coming in.
I mean, the only issue would be if, considering that whatever Clover ends up becoming would be a quote-unquote new face in town, people might say something and yada yada, but that could be easily avoided.
Hmm.
You know, we just say you're another person who got swallowed up by the mist.
I mean, and also, both to be honest, if we all, like, with the Seamus and Clover shape change, we just look like regular Barovian citizens, no one will bat an eye. You just gotta be all... Honestly, kind of like Clover's complexion right now, except a little more gray and blue.
But again, all of us going in there at the same time would be less stealthy because, say, somebody sees through our magic, knows we're here, versus Clover, she can just go in there by herself, shape change, nobody can detect, nobody can see her outside of, you know, people that can see through shape changers.
The only issue I could see is if something goes south, Clover's there by herself.
Which I'm not okay with.
I mean, I made it to the mountain pass by myself anyway. Looks at Dan, then looks at Kai.
He just gives a shrug.
Dan, just like
over in there.
I went with the information I was given.
Well, if Clover goes there alone, we can hand her the sending stone. And if worst comes to worst, we bomb rush the city and get her out of there.
Or we could try a stealth sort of approach with illusions and disguises and sneak our way in.
And plus, if they do get caught, I could probably get myself out. They have to find me first.
That is true.
Dan, you can make potions, right?
Mm-hmm. Although it would take some time, depending on what potion you'd want me to make.
I mean, maybe if we needed, like, invisibility or something like that in case things do go south, and she can just disappear and make her way out of the city.
Above game, let me check something really quick, because I know Dan has the greater invisibility spell. He might be able to make it into a potion. I need to make sure I know this ability correctly. Crippling, jinx, illusion, imbue potion. They can imbue tincture for results of potion. It's easier cost to make, less stable. Little longevity. Be able to choose detailed spell with heavy slag. Potion only works. It does attributes. The end, they create a potion that a spell you selected. Action, creature can take the potion. Right, it would take one of my spell slots, but I could theoretically make a potion of greater invisibility. using my magic alone. The only downside is I wouldn't get that particular slot back until the potion was used. And the long rest. That's beside the point.
Do you know how long it'll take to make the potion?
If I'm using my magic to do it instead of materials, it shouldn't take too long at all. I can just focus the magic into a vial, and he looks to the pile of treasure from the Amber Temple and all of the vials mixed in. Have enough of those.
Do we still want to have the steaming as an option?
I think it's worth a shot.
Then I guess we can hunker down for the night and get prepped for what we'll need to do.
Right.
Do we think there's enough time for us to try to decipher the next chapters before the rest, though?
So, like I said, it would take...
Like how we did last time?
Yeah, it would take 4 hours to just hunker down and try if you wanted to do that before you rested. And then 4 hours out of the next day will just be taken up. But you certainly could spend some time trying to decipher the book. That would be chapter 3.
Do you guys want to do that? So we'll be ready to go into the next chapter whenever we decide to.
Yeah, I can have both attempt to decipher it.
All right.
I will also like to help.
Clover will help as well.
Yeah. With Clover get an advantage, I wonder if I can... Draco, can I use this to help lower the DC?
Psychometry. Concerning secrets surrounding mysterious relics or places touched by evil. When you make a history check to
tragic
recall
history.
and of an object you're touching, I'm gonna say no because it seems to be more leaning towards the history of a specific object than it is like actually trying to code break.
Fair enough. I just wanted to see if it was an option to assist.
But if Clover is helping, you
say-
can do with advantage.
It does say, or your current location.
You're touching. Yeah, but that wouldn't really help in this scenario because you're trying to code break a book.
Yeah, it'll be something like this. You'll need it's just to help to uncover or decipher clues.
Yeah.
It makes sense for Clover too.
Yeah, Clover
To
makes a
help.
lot more sense. Dan could also
I just
theoretically help because Arcana, but it makes sense for Clover to do it, so... Bolt, you have...
So do you want me to roll Arcana?
If you want to try and decipher the next chapter.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, I can do Arcana or Investigation because I do have proficiency in it.
It would be Arcana for deciphering the book.
And Clover will give you the help action.
9.
Yeah, the two of you try, but this chapter seems really, really encrypted. For some reason, Strahd did not want people figuring this out, and you just can't quite manage to figure out what you need to do to crack this code.
Antonious looks over at the book and tries just like glancing over.
It sure is a book with really complicated codes in it.
Can any of us try deciphering it, or
Let me take a quick look at the book proper just to see. I think it's only the person that is attuned to the book can make the check, but I will double check.
So technically I can't actually look at it.
Yeah. Define chapter. First chapter. Seeing that by that. Da, 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 da. Okay, and it doesn't mention it in there, but let's see if it mentions it at the top here. I bring a chapter requires investigation or arcana, at least 4 hours dedicated to research. Another creature can assist you in attempting. Okay, so yes, it has to be the person that is attuned to the book that makes the check.
Hey Draco, can I message you something real quick?
Sure. Let's see. Okay. I have responded.
Okay.
I'm gonna be RP.
Okie doke. So, yeah, unfortunately, you weren't able to decode it this time.
Darn. Get it next time.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Right, and as you're going to bed, and should Dan prepare his seeming spell, or just gonna have Clover in and not prep seeming for a possible rescue?
I'll say have them prepared just in case. I mean, I think the primary plan should still be sending Clover in alone. If we need to be disguised and head in, like if we don't hear from Clover for a little while, then that could be an option.
Probably get rid of that spell because it's not super important for him at the moment, so we'll replace that for seeming. Okay.
You can give Clover the Sending Stone too.
Another thought occurs to me. Do we want to maybe have Henrietta go around Vallaki and then have Clover enter Vallaki from the other side? So that way it seems like we're moving on, and this new person just happens to be coming in at this time from a completely different direction.
Yeah, that would probably make sense.
Alright, so Henrietta gets up and starts wandering around Vallaki, making a decent amount of noise. People are familiar with the doghouse by now, as it goes off down the road, just enough to be out of eyesight of Vallaki. And then Clover is let out in... What does your new form look like?
He transforms into Kaya.
Interesting. And you're wearing the scarecrow clothes?
Yep.
I had to speak with a southern twang, because you're gonna look like a farmer.
Howdy, y'all.
Well, golly! I sure would like to enter your city.
Yee, and I cannot stress this enough. Ha!
I just want to wake up in Texas.
above game. I don't know. I think that'd be too suspicious of a country person starts wandering around in Barovia, clashing accents and all that.
Ah, shoot, I just got caught up in the mist and now I'm here. I'm just looking for a place to stay.
Country roads take me home to the place where I belong. Oh, Thylea.
Don't you lecture me with your $5 haircut.
Don't you lecture me with your $15 haircut. Strahd dies.
And I suppose while Clover is out, you could try and take another crack at the book if you'd like. But you won't have Clover for assistance. But like I said, Dan could probably assist.
But we'll just be like, hey Dan, a little help.
Oh, sure.
Is there anything that you guys want me to take with me?
Well, of course, I'm going to give you the damage to armor and my coat, along with a note that says details on the armor.
So real quick above game, just for sake of things, we took a long rest beforehand, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So
Okay.
any spells you want to prep, you can prep them now. And I did swap Dan's spells around. He now has Seeming, and he still has Dispel Magic as well.
Cool. I will say this real quick, above game. Bolt would have actually, after his long rest, made some modifications to the armor, because I have a bunch of new abilities as an artificer. So first and foremost, magic item adept. I can now tune up to 4 magic items at once. If I craft a magic item with a rarity of common or uncommon, it takes you a quarter of the normal time and half as much gold. I have armor modifications as an armor artificer. I learned how to use my artificer infused special modify. The armor now counts as separate items for the purposes of your infused items feature. Armor, the chest piece, boots, helmet, and the armor special weapon. Each of these items can bear one of your infusions, and the infusions transfer over if you change your armor's model with the armor model failure feature. In addition, maximum number you can fuse at once increases by 2, so I can now have up to 6 infusions, but those 2 extra items must be part of your arcane armor. Which leads me to... my infusions.
Goddamn.
So I have enhanced arcane focused on my wizard wand. My spells now have an additional +2 to spell attack rolls since I'm 10th level.
Mm-hmm.
Enhanced defense. My suit of armor, which is in the armor slot, now has a +2 bonus to AAC since I'm 10th level. My Silvered Spear is now equipped with enhanced weapon. It's a +2 to attack and damage rolls. I have the Helm of Awareness equipped to the helmet of my arcane armor. While wearing this helmet, I have advantage on initiative rolls, and I cannot be surprised unless I'm incapacitated. Repeating shot, once again, on my weapon, nothing new there, on the bolt pistol. And I also have now the Boots of the Winding Path, which, while wearing these boots, the creature can teleport up to 15 feet as a bonus action to an unoccupied space the creature can see. The creature must have occupied that space at some point during the current turn. And then also on deck that are currently not attuned, I have Repulsion Shield and a spell refueling ring.
Goddamn.
God.
So yeah, Bolt got a little bit of a supercharge.
Kind
Clearly.
of explains why you did the check last time. You were too busy thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bolt was just like, wait, I can do some things. Anyways, Arcana check.
With advantage.
20. Soft 20.
Alright, you were a little tired last night while you were trying to decode this, but this time, with the effort you put in, you were able to crack the code. Excuse me, and Chapter 3 is now available whenever you are ready.
Alright. Bolt will just finally have that that brain blast and just be like, I got it.
Whew. Good work. Took some doing, but we cracked that code. Meanwhile, Clover, Kaya, Klaya, Chloa.
It's Baya.
Baya. Baya, you make your way up.
That's my headcanon.
You make your way up to the gates, and you expect to get the check for lycanthropy, but they don't do it. They just sort of look you over. What's your business?
I'm new here. I came through the mess and I'm trying to find my way around, actually.
Roll deception with advantage.
Deception 15.
Okay, and we'll grab the gate guard. Insight. He's got a meaty +0. You seem somewhat familiar. Are you sure you've just come here? I don't know why I get that feeling, but there's just something about you that seems familiar.
I mean, I just came through the mist a couple of days ago. Technically, that's not a lie.
I guess in this instance, roll persuasion. And he'll give you another insight. God damn!
Ooh.
What the fuck is with this guard? Okay, he got a natural 20, but you got a 26. So you managed to beat him out. He squints at you and goes, must be my imagination. I guess you just have one of those faces.
I do have one of those resting bitch face.
Huh. People wouldn't normally say that about themselves, but hey, you do you, I guess. Welcome to Vallaki. The gates open, and you are allowed to come in. And let me change the music. What did I have for Barovia again? I'm not going to go to the proper Vallaki map. I think... You know what? I know what I originally had, but we're going to use Barovian Village for this, because this fits the situation a bit better. You walk into Vallaki, and you see a few things. There are red puddles all over the floor still, or the road. They're starting to dry up, though, at least after all the days it's been. But the road has this dark reddish hue to it because of the caked in blood. It's going to take a few rains to wash this out properly. The buildings are... they're starting to get rebuilt, at least. So, you know, the town is definitely recovering. There's a lot less people than before. Maybe some of them have decided to leave. Maybe some of them didn't make it. Although you weren't really keeping track last time you came through here. Maybe it's just there wasn't a lot of people left to begin with. The burgomaster and his wife are still hanging by the gallows, but now they've rotted a decent amount more, just hanging there into the elements. Something that you didn't see before, it seems the town now has vampires and werewolves walking amongst the people. And the people, well, roll an insight to get the general vibe from the public. With a 21, you notice that the people definitely are a little concerned, to put it mildly. They're looking at them with consternation, fear, trying to stay away from them. And while you're noticing this, people, you notice a sign. Vallaki is now welcome to all. All who would abide by Lord Strahd von Zarovich are welcome, regardless of who they are. Doesn't matter if they are vampire or werewolf or human or whatever. All are welcome. It's a bit more inclusive here now. But mildly concerning.
Clover would head to the blacksmith.
You head to the blacksmith shop, and it's... well, it's not in great condition, but it looks like the forge is working. And as, sorry, go ahead.
I was using to say hello.
Oh, hello. Goodness, it's been a while since I've got some proper customers, although with the rebuilding efforts, I am a bit busy. What can I do you for?
I need some repairs on these items. As she puts down Kai's stuff and the note that went with it.
He looks over the note and the armor. This is going to be a bit difficult for me, but with the recent training I got, I might be able to pull this off.
I gave my chainmail coat as extra material to repair it.
Ah. Alright. It's probably going to take me at least 5 days with my skills, unfortunately. And we'll say 10 gold?
There's no way to get it done faster, if I'm correct.
No, I'm here by myself, and like I said, this is a little above my pay grade. I recently got some new skills that I should be able to repair it, but with the enhancements added as well, it's gonna be a little difficult for me, not going to lie.
She nods, and she will put 10 gold on the counter.
Right. Pleasure doing business. I suppose whenever you can get back into town, I'll hand this to you after the 5 days.
Okay, what happened here?
Oh, God. The devil happened. Well, I guess now we're supposed to call him by his name, Strahd. There was a massive, slaughter. He came with 2 powerful vampires and laid siege to the land, killing any adults in the street left and right. Thankfully, the orphanage wasn't hurt. It seemed he was just trying to let us know we got his ire and wanted us to be able to rebuild and learn a lesson, I guess. We're lucky he didn't wipe us out, in all honesty. Because he very realistically could have. In a way, it was a kindness that he didn't. Though it feels wrong to say it that way, but it's true. There might not have been a Vallaki. We could have ended up like Berez. But we're still here, at least. At least we don't have to deal with those godforsaken festivals anymore.
Okay, so you said 5 days, correct?
5 days, correct.
Okay, I will be back in 5 days for this.
Alright, I'll see you then.
Alright, and she will leave out the blacksmith shop. Is there anything else you guys want me to do before I leave Valaki?
I mean, besides gathering intel, I'm not sure what else we'll need in terms of like equipment or items.
I've just seen a bunch of vampires and werewolves. Clover is like uncomfortable at the moment being here by herself.
Are you gonna try and hide the fact that you feel this way, or?
Yes, you will hide it.
Alright, roll a deception.
Okay. Well...
And I'm gonna just do a general from particularly a vampire spawn. And this will just be the basis. Okay, thank God they didn't have advantage. They seem to be preoccupied. As you're walking along, you notice that there's a vampire spawn with his teeth in the neck of a Valaki resident. He seems a bit preoccupied at the moment, and you hurry along a little bit seeing that. If you steal a glance back, you do notice him let her go, and she wobbles a bit, clearly not drained of all her blood. But apparently they can just grab whoever at any moment and feed. Seems to be, because no one stopped this. No one even made the attempt to say, hey, you can't do that. They just sort of moved about their business as this was happening in broad, what covers as daylight here in Barovia.
Yep, Clover will head back to area. And before she fully gets out the gate, she looks at the guards and informs them that she should go wandering. She will be back in 5 days.
Alright, that's your decision. I'd recommend against it. You could end up killed, given how dangerous these lands are, but good luck to you.
Hey, good luck to you guys too.
Yeah, appreciate it. Like the guards from earlier the other day, you notice these guys are exhausted.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and she just keeps walking.
You make your way down the road, and eventually find Henrietta again waiting.
I'll be right back.
Okie doke.
Kai's training with Dave.
Dave is, actually, he's getting a bit more receptive to the training. He's definitely building some muscle mass here.
Oh, good.
Obviously, before he wasn't really showing progress because he just started, but now that he's finally getting in the swing of things, he's really starting to take to the training.
Just means you can intensify the training a little bit more.
True.
Exactly. Dodge!
Oh god! You know what?
Does he use his special things yet?
What do you throw at him specifically? For dodge?
You know what? I'll do my chakram shield.
Right.
I was gonna do fireball, but that seems a little bit too extreme.
Yeah, also you're in a wooden building, probably not the best move.
Yeah. I was thinking we were doing outside the house, but whatever.
Oh, okay. You know what? If you're outside, then still, though, that's a bit rough. Okay, let's see. That's definitely going to hit his armor class. But let me look at Dave's stuff. Yoop. Dave. Oh, no, wait, that's his... Oh, no, that is his sheet. We're good. Okay, so yeah, that definitely hits his armor class. Welcome back. Roll the damage. Let me see.
Oh, wait, no, that doesn't work anymore.
Okay.
Improved Divine Smite doesn't work with ranged attacks.
Yeah,
so.
okay, so we can take that off. So it's just the slashing damage.
I fucking forgot that I have built-in smite now, so.
So you swing the chakram, he tries to dodge, but he doesn't quite manage to do it. However, something odd happens when you throw that. You notice for a split second as he splits in, it looks like he's split into two separate beings that look identical. One is just like a grayed out version of himself. How? What? How did I do that?
Looks like the goddess of trickery is smiling upon you.
Huh. He moves and the echo moves in concert with him. They do like the mirror move bit. Well, this is interesting. I didn't think that magic would manifest in me, but it seems like it just might be.
Good. Then use it.
Guess I'll have to figure out how I can properly use this new ability.
You still need to work on dodging.
Yeah, I do. Although, to also be fair, you are a very good shot.
I'm getting better at it.
And it's about this time that Clover would be walking in on the training session and seeing Dave and Shadow Dave. Echo Dave?
Clover stops and look.
Can I?
It
Above
looks at
game,
this. It just
can
says.
above game,
Oh,
can
go ahead.
Karnak roll to see if he can figure out what type of magic this is?
Yeah, I'd say that'd be Arcana. And Clover, you can
Clover
too, with advantage, because you know the lore.
21. I mean, he is a fighter, so like this, he is a fighter from a dragonborn. Might actually know what this is.
Tarla will use this a lot against Clover, so she probably already knows what this is.
That's why Kai made the comment.
Yeah.
She walks, just looks at Dan and says, "Oh no, not another one."
Yeah, another one. Apparently you being here has influenced something.
Well, it could also be I'm a clone of Dave. Maybe this is just that manifesting in a way. Huh.
It's an echo. It's basically another version of you, different timelines or stuff like that. What my mother told me, because she can do it.
And Karnak, that seems to track. You know that there are certain warriors that seem to be able to manifest an echo of themselves. A being that can basically looks identical to them, just a little grayed out, but it can also attack if the individual wants their echo to attack in place of them whenever they have the ability to attack. They can also swap places with their echo with only using some of their actual movement stamina to do so.
5 feet.
15 feet of your movement.
Oh.
Regardless of the distance between you, but still.
Real quick, did you say what magic this is? Because didn't he?
Oh yeah, you broke up a lot there.
Did you say what magic this is specifically? Because I didn't hear it.
So, like, you know that this is a fighter ability. It is sort of magical, but it doesn't actively belong to any specific school of magic.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have it where Kardak's gonna actually point out what it is. Because again, he was raised by a clan of nothing but fighters or arcane fighters, so he probably would know. I just need the name.
Yeah, they are Echo fighters. Echo Knights specifically.
But since there's two of you now, I can go twice as hard now.
The Echo seems to say, "Oh gods," along with him.
You did it to yourself. And she keeps walking.
A classic Echo. That's a classic Echo fighter for you. Congratulations on that, by the way. That's actually very impressive. Yeah, you got the ability.
Clover returned back to normal, your stuff would be done in 5 days.
5 days. All right. How much was it?
10 gold. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
You saw what we got in the vault.
Fair enough.
But there's also another issue in town.
God, what's that?
Crawling with vampires and werewolves.
Why the fuck does that not surprise me?
I thought you guys made friends with the werewolves. Why the fuck are they there?
Because there are still
Probably a
some
different
that-
faction.
Yeah. We'll have to try to go back to the den to see if we actually can have that one clan fight alongside us.
I'm kinda happy we did not go there with magic. But people there are happy because there's no more festivals? Where the fuck that means?
Oh yeah, they did one like almost every day or something like that. They think happiness keeps leech mouth away.
Ironically enough, if they're happier now, then it says a lot about what the last guy was doing.
Yeah, they said that Strahd came, that he killed all the adults that were in the street. The orphanage, I got told the orphanage is fine, but they're having it rough. The vampires are feeding on people as they please, and no one's stopping them.
Well, we just gotta move forward till we can figure out something about that.
As long as we are, I don't think we can liberate an entire town right now.
We don't know how many there are. Clove, how many were in there?
A lot.
So, let's just go through the book, do whatever else we gotta do, just go from there.
I mean, you guys were working on training stuff. I had something for Antonious.
Do I even want to know?
I mean, he knows how to do rogue stuff, so dealing with that. And she pulls out some bells. And yes, I'm thinking about doing the Kakashi thing.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, if you want to go ahead, I don't know where they're at right now. Maybe asleep in a corner.
Above game, I think Yelling stepped away for a little bit.
What?
Mhm.
Oh, no, there you are.
Oh, wait, what?
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry. I accidentally zoned out. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
No, you're good.
Both Yelling and Antonious were asleep in a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went too deep into character.
Antonius rubs his eyes with his paws, and then licks his paws, and then rubs his eyes again. Well, what were we talking about? Rogues?
She smiles. Yes. Because I know you can be sneaky, but you don't like to. And I know you like trying to steal things. But you're not good at it. As she starts holding up the bells. I want you to try to steal these. From me. She tosses one to Kai.
Oh my god. Are we really doing this?
And then toss one to Raul.
What check was it?
Try to steal these without them noticing.
Stealth?
Also be a stealth and sleight of hand.
Yeah, stealth and sleight of hand.
Oh, sleight of hand is better. So I'm gonna try sleight of hand.
Yeah, well, you have to do both.
I think you have to do both.
You need the stealth to not be detected, and then sleight of hand. And
Well,
now
you're gonna try to steal from.
Yeah, Kai or Raul first.
I'm putting it around my neck so it's near my fiery fire.
I'm gonna try Raul.
Okay.
Clover has one as well.
Yelling about that, Raul could smell you coming.
This seems like they can't win.
I can smell you.
So this is what we'll do. Yelling really quick. I roll a dex save and you have to slide a hand.
Okay, I'm gonna let the sleight of hand from before count. Because they did roll it, so 29.
You're able to steal it, take it from you before Raul. Like Raul notices it, but you're able to swipe it away from him.
If she looks at Antonious, you must get all three within an hour. And then Clover has one in her hands, and then bye.
I'm just gonna cast Flaming Spear next to me.
That's evil.
So you have to try to
That's evil.
Just a giant ball of fire next to you. Warm.
Yeah, no, it's just, I'm just gonna have it circle around me.
Well, Antonious, you're gonna have to find Clover to even begin to try and take the bell. B, take the bell. Bless you. And then C, take Kai's with all the fire around him.
With Clover's ridiculous stealth, would I even be able to beat it?
I don't think so.
No, I would not.
What do you
Clover, you just win. My modifier for perception is 8. Even at 20, even with a nat 20, I would be at 28 versus Clover's 31.
Yeah.
No, initially she's going high, but after that she's just going to make it obvious where she's at.
Right. Well,
I'm just gonna sit under a tree drinking wine.
Reading a book.
I'll do a perception, but even with a nat 20, it's not gonna.
Yeah,
that was a bad roll.
You have no idea where Clover got off to. So the only person with a bell that you can see at the moment is Kai and his rotating sphere of fire.
Under a tree drinking wine.
Clover's just on top of the house. Just watching this.
Just staring at Antonious. Well, you hurt the lady.
Do I have anything? I have pyrotechnics.
It is a magical fire, though. The flaming
Fudge. Never mind. Wait. Oh, I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll stealth and sleight of hand again.
Okay. So.
And then I'm gonna, and this is what I'm gonna do with Kai.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Well played. All right, so the sleight of hand is with the mage hand, and you're going to stealth. So you hide. There's a lot of trees and bushes around here. You find a suitable place to hide far away from Kai. You manage to move through the brush without
Now,
making
is it
too much
invisible?
noise.
Is the mage hand invisible?
I believe it is. A spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. The hand lasts for the duration until you dismiss it as an action. The hand vanishes if it's ever more than 30 feet away from you, or you cast a spell again. You can use your action to control the hand manipulate.
Because I'm pretty sure it's only invisible to arcane tricksters.
You can move the hand up 30 feet. You can't attack. I mean, I believe Antonious is an arcane trickster.
Mhm.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes, I am.
I think they got
you're
3
like-
levels
You're a
of
bard
rogue.
and you're
I'm 8.
you're a bard.
Bard
and you're
8,
a-
and
Rogue.
I can't see the whole thing on this.
Well, and I'm
But I am
a-
arcane trickster.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
something.
Oh.
You should click
Wasn't?
on.
Don't you have like?
it's
Oh
called-
wait, no. I'm
is it
thinking of
not
your
letting me
bard
see all of
subclass.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of your bard subclass.
Yeah, I'm
Eloquence bard.
level
and-
8, arcane trickster, rogue. It's not letting me see.
Yeah, for
the
some
entire
reason
thing.
it's cutting off part of it, but it does say arcane trickster on the sheet, so they.
Yeah.
You guys.
Do you have something called? Do you have something called like Mage Hand Ledgermain on your sheet to click on?
What?
Mage hand.
You mean
It's your
the
level 3 feature.
spell?
There's a
No,
spell.
there's.
There should be on
So
Cantrip?
there's a spell, but there's
No.
also like a feature that you should have.
a feature or a trait.
Yeah, where
Silver
it's
Tongue,
like-
Am I missing
Wars,
it?
Bardic,
You
Thieves.
can
Oh yeah,
have
mage
your
hand
mage hand.
ledger. It's at the bottom.
Ah,
Yeah.
yep,
Okay.
there it is. Mage hand Ledgermain.
That.
Yes.
Yeah, that lets you know
There
that
we
your
go.
Mage Hand is better than the normal one.
Yeah, yours
So
is
maybe that can
invisible.
help you.
So there is that. Also, wait a minute. You are 1, 2, 3. Are you guys level 11 now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then yep, that tracks. I forgot that where exactly you were because of how the split was. It was kind of hard to tell.
Wait, level 11? I'm at level 12. Did I mess
You're
up?
level 12.
You may
messed
have
up?
messed up, yeah.
How do
I
I
like your build
downgrade a
different.
level?
You're gonna have to do it manually.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it manually. Ooh.
Sadly.
Unless we get level up with the book before any combat stuff happens.
Let me...
But we don't know
Yeah.
when that's gonna happen, though.
You guys
True.
speed around the book.
Yeah, you are on chapter 3 of the book right now of the first act, Life. You need to get through the first act to get the level from that. Above board, you're about halfway once you get through chapter 3. So, do with that
Okay,
what you
I
will.
fixed it.
Okay.
You know
I
what you
fixed
also could have done? You could have also done Unseen Servant.
Yeah.
The one time I
Actually,
think server would help you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Mage Hand works better in this, I feel. The
I
Unseen
just want that
Servant...
spell to be useful, man.
The unseen
We're trying-
servant could get hit by the fire.
Yeah, also, like,
Oh yeah, it does
sure,
have
it's
HP.
invisible, but, like, you might see the bell floating in front of your face.
Yeah.
But with
Gotta
the
try to
Mage
get that around my
Hand,
neck.
it's invisible. And I guess it's the same scenario where the bell is floating, but with the sleight of hand and the stealth, you could roll a
Because-
perception check if you want, because you're
there's
actively
no
trying
way
to
in
avoid,
fucking
but
hell.
yeah.
No way, fucking hell, is that perspective.
Yeah, you try to keep
Yeah,
an
see.
eye out for Antonious and whatever tricks he might try to employ. And you're keeping your head on a swivel, but after a moment, you look down and see the bell is gone.
Okay, now
Bullshit.
for Now for another perception check, even though it's not gonna affect anything.
Close.
27.
Very close to a nat 20.
And 21. Clover, where are you currently hiding? You, I guess, moved from the roof, right?
Actually, yeah, she would probably jump down and trying to sneak up behind Antonious.
So, Antonious, you keep your ears wide open, and it's very subtle, but you hear a as Clover drops to the ground, and you turn your head, and Clover's very good at her job, but you can just barely make out her outline behind you.
What do I want to do next? Since I can see Clover.
I thought of something.
Theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to?
Clover is slowly walking towards you.
Mm.
And she has this creepy smile on her face.
So you say creepy, but I just imagine Anya's face from Spy X Family.
I'm casting Chill Touch.
You're going to attack her?
You're just going to attack.
You picked violence.
I'm startling her, so she knows that I have seen her. I am aware of Clover's presence. You are getting away with this, and I am intentionally startling her, so she hopefully gets so spooked by the sudden
All right. Well,
attack.
I'm pretty sure a 22 hits Clover. Yeah.
Yep.
So
roll damage.
Yeah. Describe your chill hand, how it manifests and attacks Clover.
So there, like, I just am looking at Clover. Clover doesn't notice that I'm looking behind Clover and seeing something move behind Clover, and I'm like, ah, yes, let me just create these ghostly hands, and these ghostly, slightly blue tinted skeletal hands just appear behind her and slowly get bigger and bigger from the magic accumulating, and then just touches, and you can see Clover just jump. It's like
Clover's not gonna jump. Clover's not gonna jump.
Yeah, I mean, she'll definitely take the damage, but we'll see how Clover responds. Roll the damage.
Okay.
God damn! What the fuck?
Dodge.
Let's see.
Shows violence.
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, in reaction to half the damage. Yeah, I think that would apply here. Because you can see, I would imagine, like, because Antonious didn't spend any effort to try and hide that they were casting. So you were seeing the magic, and sure enough, you can dodge and cut that in half.
Well, I'm imagining the magic being accumulated behind Clover, though. That's the other thing.
Because of how Chill Touch works, there's verbal and somatic components, so your hands were moving. So Clover could probably intuit that you were about to cast something, because you weren't trying to do it subtly.
That's fair.
So that's cut in half. But yeah, Clover, this ghostly blue hand appears, skeletal ghostly hand appears behind you and touches you, and you feel some necrotic energy coursing through you. What do?
Oh, so you chose violence. You would say like Antonious is probably like 20 feet or 30 feet away from me at the moment.
Probably, yeah. I'd say that's accurate.
I also put the bells in my mouth.
Wisdom save.
Why?
Force creature, your choice. Within 30 feet, wisdom save on a failed, you become frightened from it. Alright, Antonious, make that whiz save.
Oh, God.
Are you chipmunking? Fucking
Yeah,
No.
You chose
Yelling,
you chose violence.
Yeah, I don't know why you did this. You were just supposed to get the bell.
You could have just, used the mage hand again.
Yeah.
You have a plus like 12 to sleight of hand. You could have just yoinked it off of her.
You could have done something really funny and just made one of the unseen servants just stay at Clover's feet and make her trip.
You pass by 1.
Oh.
Take that!
Don't taunt her.
Clover's hackles are raised, and you fear for a moment, but no, you've got this. Antonious, you can definitely get that bell. You won't be intimidated by this admittedly very scary force that was just pushed over you.
Clover, you know what to do. Take the shot.
Okay, so...
Is that an action for Channel Divinity, or is that just a you can do this?
What does it say? As an action.
Ah, okay, so yes, it is the action.
Yeah, because I know you get one as an action, one as a bonus.
So, like, we're not technically in turn order, but I will say you can do a bonus action if you would like Clover at this time, before Antonious gets a response.
You just see Clover just walking, and then she walks behind a tree. Funny action. Hide.
All right. Roll that stealth.
God damn it.
All right, Antonious, you're going to have to roll another perception to find where Clover is.
Oh.
22. You know,
You think you're being slick?
Clover, again.
Antonious is getting too cocky.
Clover steps out of your gaze, but you're able to follow behind the tree. You make sure you keep an eye on exactly where she's going, and you know where she is. The next action is yours.
You see Antonious. How far is Clover right now?
Originally was 30 feet. Clover started moving towards you and then hid. So we're gonna say that probably about 40 feet away from you at this time.
Okay. Can I do anything that would make the distance a lot shorter so I could just get there and grab it?
I mean, you're also a Tabaxi rogue with bonus action dash.
And feline agility.
The one thing
that Tabaxis are known for. You can be very, very fast.
You could have the zoomies.
I might have the zoomies.
Right? So, is the plan to run up to Clover and try to sleight of hand the bells away as you rush up, surprising her?
I don't know if it would even be a sleight of hand. I might just be straight up charging at her, grabbing it out. Like a cat would.
I mean, I'd still say it's a sleight of hand because you're trying to grab it before she can react. Versus Clover also with sleight of hand.
Okay. So I'm doing zoomies. With both of these. Not my best roll of the night, but
still a pretty decent roll.
18
I
is
mean,
18.
18 is 18.
but like the modifier's 11.
Yeah, the modifier's doing a lot of the work here. Your roll is kind of bad.
Do you want me to roll sleight of hand, or do you want me to roll acrobatic?
You know what? I'll let you choose. If you're going to try and snatch it before Antonious can grab it, it'd be sleight of hand. If you're going to try and leap out of the way, it'd be acrobatics.
He's coming at you like a cheetah.
What's your movement speed?
Dash action would make it 60, but feline agility
But I'm
doubles
also
that to 120.
Jesus Christ.
But I'm also currently halved.
Oh, because you're still encumbered?
So wait, 15 times
Oh, right.
You never put that away?
You never put
2 times 2.
Yellen, put that away.
No!
15 would be 30.
Please, for the love of God.
And then 30
And then
times 2
double
is
that is 60.
Still
So,
wrong.
it's still within
You cut
This
your
whole
movement
time-
literally in half.
This whole time, Antonious has been Rock Leeing it.
It really
Oh
has.
god.
There's a
While encumbered, y'all.
slight jingle while Antonious moves that he's been able to somehow manage to hide.
I feel like if you're over encumbered and you try to hide, you have disadvantage on that stuff. God damn.
But like, I think all of my rolls for the large part is all right enough.
Yeah, like, after the training, you have to put it away, please.
Yeah.
Just put it on your
Fine.
yelling. Seriously, like for the funny bits, yeah, it's funny. But when things
There
get
could be a
serious,
pack of
do
vampires.
do not like hinder yourself. You will get mauled.
Clover hears the jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. She's going to do acrobatics.
Yeah. Antonious, you rush in and almost grab it. Your fingers touch against the bell as Clover jukes out of the way before you can grab it.
Clover puts her hand on his head and just push down and jump over him. No.
You know, if he wasn't carrying all that money, he would have probably caught it.
Yeah.
Hey, big Clover. Whoa.
Sneak attack.
Rubbing
Zap
salt
attack.
on the wound.
Just
Is that what you're
imagine.
going to do?
I'm imagining Antonious like doing the Rock Lee thing where he takes off the weights, just emptying his pockets in front of everyone, just bunch of coins
Turning his
pour
pockets inside
out
out.
of the pockets. Yeah.
Actually, I know what I want to do. 26 for sleight of hand. I'm
In
In
taking
my
that.
mouth?
Oh my.
Decay!
So you're gonna take one of the bells in Antonious's mouth? Right, Antonious?
Wait!
He completely derailed
How are you
this.
gonna do this?
Yelling, this is not the first
Listen,
time
it's
in
fine.
One Drake we've seen someone fist other people's mouths.
Mhm.
Kai has done
Hey.
that several times.
Hey, if you get a bell out of
Well-
Antonius's mouth, you should just throw it at Kardak.
So
Alright.
how she's going to do this? I'm gonna put the acrobatics with her. She grabs you by the snout, pulls your head back while she's jumping over you, and grabs the bell out your mouth and lands.
Alright, so
What is...
you do get a defense. It's either gonna be well, it's not sleight of hand because it's in your mouth. So I'm gonna say you can try to juke out of the way before Clover
of
manages to
tongue.
get it. Sleight of tongue. You could do acrobatics, or you could try to, even though it's in your mouth, sleight of hand, air quotes.
Sleight of hand with my tongue.
Sleight of
Honestly,
tongue.
Kai would've done. He would have just punched you in the gut until you spit it out.
Just under. Clover manages to take the bell while going over, and now, Antonious, you have one bell.
I could have done... If I got it right, I could have done the... what's it? The JoJo thing?
Oh,
The tongue JoJo?
God. Why?
Oh my god, I'm so...
This is not
Dang
how
it.
I thought tonight was going to be.
Honestly, same.
I do not want to imagine Antonious doing the Kakyoin thing because that is so uncomfortable.
It really
So many
is.
levels.
You can't do that to me, bro.
Listen, Yellen brought it up, and Yellen's playing an underage catboy, which makes it so awkward.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, Kakyoin is also 17, if I recall correctly, at that point, so it tracks. It's just uncomfortable.
Ugh.
Clover will look at Antonious. See, that's what you get for being cocky. And then, funny action dash. I have a 40 movement speed because I have mobile now.
Okay. So that means you get 80 feet away.
And your movement is halved because you kept gold.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you drop your money.
Just drop your limiters. Take off the
No.
weight of clothing.
Drop
Absolutely
your
not.
money and drop your money and we'll just put it inside for you safe and sound.
Yeah.
Nope.
You have to think smart. God damn it.
Okay.
Dash me if we can.
It's now my turn again, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Clover is now 80 feet away from you.
Oh, she's not hiding.
She isn't hiding.
Oh,
She's
okay.
just running now, so you don't have to roll perception.
I'm going to go towards her. Again, using my cunning action and feline agility.
Alright, so that would put you 20 feet away
Feline-
from her.
Would I also
feline
be able
agility?
to do chill touch on top of that?
Let's see, that is a bonus action, and feline agility is just something you can do, right?
You have to stop. You have to stop for 0 feet on one of your turns in order for that to recharge.
Oh, okay.
I see
you
it
have to
there.
stop for a turn and then you can do it
So
again.
with your cunning action, you're only allowed to move 30 feet. So that would put her 50 feet away from you. You can technically
Still within
try
range
to
of chill touch,
again,
but
yeah, if you're going to go the aggressive route.
because the chill touch is 120 feet.
Yeah.
So that's not an issue.
I mean, you could also try with the mage hand if you want, but you do you.
I think Mage Hand is a shorter. Mage Hand's a shorter distance.
Oh yeah,
And
it's 30
non-violent.
feet.
So
And
yeah,
non-violent.
chill touch it is.
Unless you choose violent. Yeah, you're choosing violent again.
Yep. 15, I
Yes.
believe, does not hit.
It does not.
I mean, do you choose violence or does violence choose you?
Yes.
Fair point.
15 does not hit.
Oh, I should have picked something else.
You know, there is something I see on your sheet that you could have done, but you've made your choice.
You mean greater invisibility?
You have that now? I didn't see that.
I don't have the spell slots for it right now, but yeah.
Let me see.
I don't think we took
that
a
could be
full
really
rest
mean right
No,
now.
we did.
after
No, you took a
leveling
long
up.
rest,
We
so
did?
you would have had all your slots, because you remember you
Dang
took
it.
a rest and... But I was looking at a very specific spell you have of 3rd level that also has the same distance as Chill Touch. That isn't technically offensive.
That could be very mean right now.
I see what you're planning.
I mean, again, just a suggestion. You could use it if you want, or you could just do your own thing.
Well, I technically already used the spell Chill Touch because it's
Yeah, and
already
that's your
rolled.
action
If
and
it
your bonus
wasn't,
action. So that would
If
bring...
it-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
if I didn't already roll it, I might have done that. That
Yeah.
would have been. You're so right. Oh my god, why did I not pick that? Why did I not pick that?
But,
Clover, do you need some help?
Yeah, that'll bring us to Clover.
Clover, do you want any help?
Who's outside right now watching this?
Kai's just sitting under the tree, but I'm thinking about doing something mean.
I know Karnak is definitely out. Yeah.
Karnak is there because he's the one that's actually probably this is happening.
Dave is also out at this
I
point because he was
imagine, like,
training.
I imagine Kardak and either it's Dan, right? Because Dave would be training.
Yeah, Dave is training. Dan, I think, is still in the hut at the moment.
I feel like Kardak and Dan are doing like a little bet thing. It's like, yeah, I think. See, this is what happened. So then, I'm getting the money. It's like, no, we came back. It's like, no, like.
Clover is going to do another cunning action dash as she runs towards Kardak and Dan. She's going to loop around them, and then she's going to do a sleight of hand to put the bell on Kardak.
Okay.
One of the bells on Kardak. 12.
Well, then, Kardak, would you like to Well, what's your passive perception, first of all?
10.
10? So you would not
I
have
was going to
seen...
ask if I could roll. I was going to ask if I could roll if I could feel it, though.
Yeah, you could, if you want to, because you're watching what's happening. I'd say you'd probably be a bit conscious enough to keep an eye out.
Perception, right?
Yeah, perception. 7.
Damn it!
You have no idea that you now have a bell on your person.
And then the rest of her movement, she's going to run towards the woods again.
Okay. And
Do you think we should help?
That's Clover.
I mean,
I kind of want. Raul kind of wants to do something funny and mean.
Yeah, me too, actually.
All right, I want to do one thing.
Okay.
Yelling, roll a strength save.
Oh God.
Why?
That's way better
Because
than what I was
you
gonna do.
chose balance. Just roll a strength save. You have to.
But it wasn't even towards you.
No,
If it doesn't work, I'm gonna do something.
All right, you're nimble.
You.
You don't get caught.
I'm casting command.
Why?
Roll
I'm gonna say grounded, aka grovel.
Okay, roll a wisdom saving throw. See if you can make it.
What is that?
8. Nope, you're on the ground.
Good. It's DC 15.
Yeah, that is.
You're stuck on the ground for one turn.
Mm.
All right, Clover, you got a free turn. You know I'm going to do this thing again on my next turn.
No. Antonious was doing well,
Listen.
and then it turned.
Listen, Antonious decided to choose violence. If they didn't do the shield touch and hurt Clover, I would have stayed out of it.
Fair.
Plus,
Clover.
it is training.
You gotta
It's
be
training.
Hey, I
Oh,
could have been
sorry.
meaner and just said drop to make you drop that other bell.
Clover sees this. She's going to do another cutting action dash, run towards Antonious, and she's going to slide ahead the other bell.
I can't do anything to go against it, can I?
Yeah, you're kind of prone on the ground at the moment. Like, you could try to maybe roll over. I would give you that, but that's definitely acrobatics.
Fall.
Acrobatics.
I could try.
Yeah.
I
Trying
could
to roll
try.
out the way, but by all means, give it the old college try.
But that she knows that she took the bell. That's the other thing.
15. Nope.
If it was.
Clover now has the other bell. Antonious is back to 0 bells.
She's not going to broadcast she has this bell.
I think for the turn, Antonious is gonna be very, very confused because he's on the floor groveling. It's like, what is this?
The last thing you
happening?"
heard was Kai's voice just say grounded.
And then Clover is going to stop 40 feet in front of Antonious and just like stop and stare at him. And the other bell that she took off him without him seeing, she's going to hide that in her.
You're not.
She's going to hide that one on her person, but she's gonna just broadcast the one that she has Antonious know that she had. Just come on, jingle jingle, jingle jingle, come on,
just bringing it back.
Carter starts walking. Here's it, the bell, and where the fuck did this bell come from?
Wasn't jingling that way. I was jingling the way that Clover has on her. Because Clover has two of the bells.
Mm.
But one of them, Antonious doesn't know that she took off with him.
Mm.
That's all she's going to do for right now. She's just going to wait.
Yep. Antonious, let's see, grovel. You fall prone and end your turn. A halt. So yeah, you just turn passes back to.
And I'm freed.
Clover. Yep. After it's on your next turn, you're able to move. Use half your movement to get up from grovel.
Bruh.
So you have 5 feet to work with.
Mm.
Little Mr. Heavy Pockets.
That's fine. I don't need a lot of feet.
Oh.
You chose the worst kind of violence against Clover.
Well, hypnotic pattern goes.
This isn't violence.
Technically speaking,
You know how she feels about how she feels about area of effects.
Yeah, but like this is specifically targeting her. Wisdom saving throw from Clover for the hypnotic pattern.
This is not my best.
Good.
You see the pretty swirling lights as it manages to cast hypnotic pattern, and you are stunned. Well, you're dazed, charmed for the duration, which is a minute.
Do we try again, Kai?
Yeah, sure, why not? We can't make it easy.
Oh my god!
Strength save.
Ugh! I don't even have any modifiers on my strength and wisdom!
Just roll a 14
Okay,
or
that's
higher.
Yeah, that's fine.
Draco!
Ooh.
No!
Wow.
No!
You don't need
All right.
This
All right,
you jinxed it! You
Give me 1
100%
moment.
jinxed.
I amplify it, so you're stuck there for a minute. You're free to do that at the end of your turns, but Raul's going to walk over, pick you up, and just start walking the other way.
And
You're now 45 feet away.
I'm gonna walk over to Clover and just give her like a gentle slap to the cheek. Hey, hey, wake up!
That is the action needed to wake her up.
Yep.
No.
Go on, Antonio. Antonio, think of a way out of this. You have to think cunningly.
That's the whole point of all of this.
Every rogue has an out.
Yeah.
To be fair, they've been
It became 1-on-1 to 3-on-1.
You chose violence.
But it was 1-on-1 violence.
You still
That's
chose
normal
violence.
for rogues.
No. Friends don't attack friends.
No.
You put a challenge in front of Antonious. It's
Clover.
like
Clover looks at both of you. No. Don't interfere. Let him come. I have something for him.
Alright, Raul just drops Antonius 45 feet away, still bound. He has to break out of that on his own, though. I can't do anything about it. I don't think I can actually dismiss it on my own, though. That's the sad part.
I don't think it has.
You have to beat a 14, Antonius.
Kai just lowers his hand. Go. Goes back to the tree.
Clover's just going to hold an action until Antonius starts running towards her, and she's going to walk 20 feet forward, so she's only 20 feet away from her, and then she's going to hold an action.
You want some wine, Wolfie?
Yeah, sure.
Dan pulls out the witch's brew he still has. Anyone who wants
Yeah, I need to check this shit out.
This is funny.
No, I like this side of you, Wolfie.
I don't know what's been going on with me. I feel very happy lately. I feel silly. Is this what not having depression is like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Weirdly sad.
Well, would you know it is depression?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Barovia.
You know
Everyone is diagnosed with it.
Everybody's
from
depressed.
birth.
Everybody's literally clinically depressed.
Yeah, that's basically the entire populace, honestly.
Yeah, but if everyone's depressed, would anyone know that they're
Even
depressed?
Strahd is
Yes.
technically depressed.
You're yelling when everyone is born. They're given a terrible, shitty blanket and a pamphlet that says "Living with Depression."
Yeah, pretty much. Welcome to Barovia. Hell might be better.
All right. So unless you break out, you're stuck like you're free after a minute. So you could just wait it out.
So
But then
try to break free first. We'll give you the attempt to actually try and break free.
Just gotta beat a 14.
You just gotta get past.
I'm worried. I'm worried.
I mean,
After
Clover's also waiting for you. So if this doesn't work, you could just wait it out.
Okay, there you go. You
Well, look at that.
break free from your bonds. And you get up from prone. You have 5 feet of movement.
Jingle, jingle. Jingle, jingle.
If you dash 10 feet of movement.
You'll be 10 feet away. Clover's waiting till Clover's just waiting until Antonious is trying to grab for the bell.
Alright, so with your 10 feet of movement, is there anything you want to do on that turn before we move to your next turn and you have your movement again?
Let's see. Would Antonious... How cat-like do I want to be with Antonious? Because...
We're telling you to use your brain.
Use your
Yes.
cat brain.
Exactly. So what Vasco likes doing when he's playing with something is he plays with it, then for whatever reason, if something doesn't go well with whatever he's playing with, he leaves it alone for a bit and then comes immediately back. So so what I'm thinking is Antonius walks away from the situation as far as he can walk, which isn't a lot.
Which is 10
but will
feet.
confuse the heck out of everyone else.
So you're 30 feet now.
You know what? I'm gonna roll something behind the DM screen, yelling high or low.
Oh.
I rolled 20. You suddenly feel yourself filled with a boost of adrenaline as Quinby from the sidelines has given you a haste.
Oh my god!
He saw how everyone was basically teaming up against Antonious, and he thought, this isn't really fair. So,
I love that.
Also, you're small,
Now
he's
you can't
small,
be-
he feels a kinship with you.
Now you can no longer be mean to him, yelling.
Oh, he's don't worry, Antonius is still gonna be mean to him.
No, you're one of those people that's just like, this changes nothing.
It's like,
so you have
Antonious, a bitch through and through.
very much a cat.
So
Very much. Oh, I don't care about you. You're like a little sibling that I never asked for, type thing.
So
God damn.
So now you have 2 actions. You have dash. You have more armor class now. Advantage on dex saving throws.
And double speed.
And double speed.
Which is your normal speed now.
Yeah. So you now have normal speed. You can bonus action dash to make that 60. And then from
I'm
there,
sorry,
you
but-
can feline agility if you stop moving at any point, which you did. So you have feline agility again.
So whenever someone gives someone haste, I immediately think of this scene.
Oop,
Which
you
scene?
cut out a bit.
Oh, the scene from
Oh, yes, I
Hoodwink.
see.
I do not know this scene.
It's fine.
So
It's
we
even
need to
funnier
watch
to watch it the
Hoodwink.
first time.
Mm.
The movie did not look good at all, even back in the day. But God, is it funny?
Yeah, yeah. Good movie. Terrible animation, but good movie.
What you gonna
It
do?
proves that you can have a great movie with an animation budget of a piece of paper and like a hamburger and a piece of coffee, and a piece of string.
See, I was gonna say a wad of
Yeah.
gum and a sticky note.
What you gonna
Oh.
do, Antonious?
Oh my gosh, this is like the scene from Over the Hedge. I think I've seen something like that in Over the Hedge or something like that.
With the squirrel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
The
his
Elder
name is-
Squirrel.
I think his name is Hammy from Over the Hedge.
I think it's Hammy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that movie in so long, I might watch it.
We're losing the plot again.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get back into it. Antonious is now hasted.
Well, that defeats my original plan of not really doing a turn properly intentionally.
I love everything
I
about
mean, you're fast for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could be fast in the opposite direction was the original idea.
Just fuck this. I'm out to try and get everyone
Like,
think you're done.
I
with
don't
this.
know. I don't know if Vasco does like a fake out with that, if that was the purpose. But like, I've seen it with Vasco that he will play with a toy and he gets spooked by the toy for whatever reason, ditches for a bit, and then runs back in. It's like, oh my god, toy! So that's how I'm imagining.
That might work if you actually have movement speed, which Quinby gave to you.
Yeah, Quinby did give you
So
the
use-
ability to
use this
dash.
for your plan.
Yeah, this works.
Clover's just
But
waiting.
the thing is, so what Antonious would be doing is moving away.
Yeah, so just move normally away. You don't have to use your full movement. You can still move your slow speed away.
Yeah.
You gotta think.
Right. So
Yeah, but like I feel like it's a waste of a haste.
I mean, you have it
The
for a
haste will help.
minute.
The haste will help you get back.
Fair.
The haste is to help
Okay.
with the fake out.
Yeah.
So you need to
Okay.
decide to charge back
Okay.
in.
I'll take it. Antonius walks away with regular movement speed. It seems for everyone that's paying attention. So 15 feet away at this point.
Right. No actions.
No actions.
Right, Clover. Any response?
Nope. Clover's holding action until he tries to reach for the bell.
All right, we're back to Antonius's turn.
How far am I now?
So you move 15 feet away. You were, I believe, like only 10 feet separated you before you moved back. So I'd say you're probably at like 25 feet away at this point. And again, keep in mind, if you use the dash action and your feline agility again, you will have 120 feet of movement. And you have 2 actions because of haste.
Hmm. In that case, I'm using Chill Touch. Can I use Chill Touch and Mage Hand?
I mean, you could, or you could use the other spell you used before to try and once again charm Clover. It would take a slot, though. And Chill Touch is a cantrip, so it's up to you if you want to use another slot. Oh wait,
Is
and
one a bonus action?
Mage Hand is an action. Technically, they have 2 actions because of haste. And Mage Hand is a cantrip, and you can use a cantrip and a leveled spell in the same turn.
Oh, with haste? That's how it works?
Yes. And just in general, like, if you... Normally how it would work if you weren't hasted, if one was an action and the other was a bonus action, you could do a cantrip and a action. Since you're hasted, you can do 2 actions, but one has to be a cantrip, the other has to be a leveled spell. And Mage Hand is a cantrip, and Hypnotic Pattern, which you used before, is a leveled spell, so you could theoretically do that. Or you could do Chill Touch and one of your other spells that you have access to. Or you could just do Mage Hand and another spell you have access to.
So how far is everyone in general currently? I need a visual layout of where everyone is.
Okay, well...
I'm under a tree near a house.
Yeah. Raul's... Kai's probably the farthest away at this point. Although, let's see, what is the range on command? Because you casted it originally. Okay, so we'll say that Kai has not moved and he is 60 feet away. Raul is... Whoops, did not mean to scroll that way. Raul moved out of the way. So yeah, 45.
That was about 45.
Both Kardak and Dan are closer to the hut, so we'll say they're like about 70 feet away.
Yep.
Quinby was close enough where he could cast haste on you, so let me look at haste. Haste is 30 feet, so Quinby is one of the closest people with haste at 30 feet away from you. And Clover is, because you moved away, like 25 feet away from you.
Okay. So, would you say who's closest to Clover right now? That's not me or Quimby.
Again now, I don't know what happened. I just noticed that OBS was off for some reason. That was weird.
No.
Huh?
How long have we been gone? That's something we need to figure out.
Yeah, okay, so now we're back in. I would have to go, let me go to the video producer. Okay, so...
Because we lost...
Like, I have a VOD. Like,
there was a lot that happened.
Yeah, hold on, that was... Let me go to the end of the VOD and see where it is. So there's going to be a bit of previous echo us while I listen in on this.
East.
I mean, you have it for
Or you can
so often.
Mute desktop temporarily.
Well, I need to hear where we were.
Mute desktop on OBS temporarily.
Oh, I see. I get you. Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn desktop back on. So here is what I have discovered. The VOD basically ends when I was telling Yell what they could do after being hasted.
Oh my god, that was like, wasn't that 15 minutes ago?
About, yeah. So Chad has missed a bit.
Okay, so let's catch up a little bit since there is a little bit.
If we're going to retcon, it actually picks up right there.
Yeah, so nothing really has changed too much.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so...
We don't even need to retcon because there was no retcon to retcon.
Story-wise, like nothing happened.
There is no...
Because at that moment, Clover is 20 feet away from Antonious.
So again, So if it's just after you explained hasted, that means I'm still moving away from Clover 15 feet.
Yeah.
So that puts you at 35 if you're moving away.
Can we please battle map this?
Yeah, hold on.
But also, at some point, Raul also moved me. But that was before...
Yeah. Again, this was before I knew this was going to be as complicated as it currently is.
Okay.
I figured this would be just some quick thing, but this is basically what I have set up. I don't know how accurate this is at the moment. We might need to still move people around to get people in proper positions. Okay. But like Quinby was originally 30 feet away from you, so he could cast the spell. So
probably help if he had
like. But also Raul moved me 45 away. So that means I should be further away from Clover than I am.
Okay.
No. Clover moved up after he moved you. So she is 20 feet away from you right now.
It would probably help if you put Henrietta there too.
Yeah, Yellen, so after I bound you, I moved you away, but Clover moved closer. So now we're at the proper established distance. And I'm just...
50.
Wouldn't you be behind Antonious?
60.
Because
would I be what?
I moved him. Yeah, because I moved him, dropped him, and I'm in the act of walking away. So I'm just gonna be over here.
Kai's just
you're in the
sitting
opposite
down,
direction.
hugging Evie from behind and laying his chin on her shoulder while watching.
Yeah, technically, I don't have you in the proper space because you're 55 feet away, but I could very easily just move Antonious one square. There we go. Now you're 60 feet away from Antonious. Quinby was originally 30 feet to cast it, but that was from the original position, which was probably like back here. So we'll move him like down 2 squares. We'll say that Dan and Kardak are like over here near where Henrietta probably is. I don't have Dave on the map at the moment, so I will need to grab Dave's token, who is also watching all this shit unfold.
He's betting with Kardak.
Oh, good.
That's my headcanon. They're betting against each other. It's like, yeah, this is who's gonna win. It's like, no. This is who's gonna win.
There we go.
And also, I think you said Dan is giving out drinks, right?
Yeah, he broke out a barrel of the 9 gallons of witch's brew.
I'm going over there now.
I'll say that Dave lifted it out because now he's strong. And his echo is still here. Let me find... because there's something I want to do to the token. Oh, here we go. Tint color. Dark gray. You know what? I feel like I should change the music because, like, we're listening to Barovian Village right now. I feel like that doesn't capture the craziness of the scene we're in.
You have silly music.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we have the perfect song for this scenario. Give me just a hot second to put up Club Seamus once again.
If only Strahd can actually still see us now, he'd be like, what the fuck are they doing?
Okay.
I thought they were trying to, go against me, but they're just playing a game of tag.
Okay.
Basically.
Let's see what my enemies are doing this time. What the fuck are they doing?
Oh, I can't go to win this.
They're playing like children. Ludmilla, come over here. You need to see this shit. We're taking bets.
Oh my god, I can see them also taking bets. And Ludmilla would be like, but like, I see, but like, he did manage to go pretty far that last time I interacted with him when we were at that gate.
I do not care. I want the cat to lose.
Strahd is like, I got 50 gold on Clover. 50 gold on Clover.
Nope. But do you see the cat? He has really big pants. No one can run in pants like that. Give me my plastic chair.
He's weighted by all that gold, and he refuses to let it go. That's going to weigh him down. I'm pretty sure he's going to lose.
Also, I'm a little biased because he made an illusion of arena.
Little biased.
Yeah. just a touch.
You know what? Karnak just looks over at, looks at Antonious. Fuck it, 30 silver on the.
Oh, you cut out a whole lot there. Who is the 30 silver on?
Dave.
Huh.
Dave?
Dave isn't in the running here.
I think he told Dave that 30 silver goes up to someone.
Okay, yeah. Who are you betting on, Clover or Antonious? I think Dan and Dave are going to share the pool for their betting. Because they...
Are you sure?
Mm.
But I feel like they could also have opposing opinions.
I mean, they can, but they're sharing the pool of money.
Think about sports betting.
I mean, they could have differing opinions, but I'm saying they're using the same pool of money to bet with.
Okay, fair.
Or do they care, really?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we can.
A little quiet, but yes.
It's my internet. That's why it's.
And you cut out again.
Oh no.
My internet's going in and out, so I don't.
All right. So, who did you bet on, Antonious or Clover?
Clover.
Okay, 30 silver. You know what? I think Dave is gonna. You know what?
But,
I'll be a
also...
contrarian. I'll say 40 gold on Antonious. Scrappy little guy.
But also, are we counting the amount of times things get caught? Because that's also common in sports betting, right?
We're making it too complicated, yelling.
Yeah, you're making it too
It's
complicated.
not that
Whoever wins.
Just give the gold if the one person wins. That's all we gotta do.
Yeah. Alright, so I will have you actually roll initiative at this point because of how complicated this has gotten.
It's been hilarious, though.
Yeah.
I love this. Oh wait, ignore that.
Yep.
Clover is just jingling the bells. And she's holding her action for Antonious to do something stupid.
Alright, so that means, Antonious, it is your turn.
Real quick, I do want to point out it is 1 a.m.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yep.
This has gone way longer than I was anticipating.
Next session. Hijinks.
That actually, again, that works out.
12-hour session, let's go!
That works out for me because my internet's going in and out, and it's.
You know, we could have been
really,
reading that book.
Yeah.
Really annoying.
Could have gotten to chapter 3 of the book. Could have gone to Argynvostholt to finish up the stuff there.
We could have progressed the plot, but it's fine. Next session, we do more shenanigans.
The whole shenanigans.
Just could have waited 5 days just to get my armor.
I mean, hey, it's gonna take a while to fix that ballista. I think 3 days, so you know that's 3 days of time that you'll have.
More shenanigans.
Wait, where did Raul go?
I'm moving over to Irina. I'm grabbing 2 cups of wine and moving over to her and be like, we're just gonna watch this unfold.
Well, Dan brought out the witch's brew over on his end of things. Quinby, with his stolen jug of alchemic jug, could make some wine.
Maybe we should make a combat system called Girlfriend Cooldown. We can't do anything every other rounds because we're distracted by our significant other.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Do we just wrap it up here since it's super late?
I guess so,
That's
yeah.
fair.
You know, now I have to figure out what I'm going to name this session, because, like, I was calling it the final touches, because, you know, you're tying up your loose ends, and then training arc happened.
I mean, technically, it's a different type of touch.
I mean, I guess I
It's
can
a
keep
chill
the
touch.
final touches next
I was
episode.
just trying to do a one-off with Dan.
This episode is chill touch.
We can name
that
it.
actually. Chill touch does work.
All right.
We can name it touching up.
Or that, because Clover
touching.
put their hands in Antonious's mouth.
Could call it
Yeah.
Jingle Jingle.
That's no, the raid message is jingle jingle.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Again.
Touching up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
We needed this is lighthearted banter before the ultimate despair that is going to be endgame.
Mm.
Yeah, this is the filler episode.
This is our filler episode.
Jingle jingle. Clover smiles menacingly.
Regimen or Antonious. Okay. I have updated my information in the background, but let's start going around the horn. Starting with Choco, where can people find you?
Hello, I'm Chocozombie101. You can find me all over the social medias as some form of Chocozombie101. I stream on Twitch every other Tuesday. Me, Draco, and Hoshi play Baldur's Gate 3. We're currently dealing with the murder plot and other things, so tune in for those sessions. And then every other Tuesday, you can find many of us over on Burnout Bond's channel for our Phase of Our Lives, our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. Wednesdays you find me here, and Thursdays you can usually find us on Draco's channel doing party games, and on Fridays you can find me, Daluna, and a host of other people over on twitch.tv/TwitchThePerson for Power Rangers Cyberstrike, our Power Rangers tabletop RPG campaign.
Alright, next up would be Broden.
Hello. I don't really have anything to plug except I'm here on Wednesdays being the... I guess it's just the thing now. Rel is no longer as sad. What the hell is going on with this game? But you know, it's fine. I'm looking forward to next week. I'm plugging the next person in line. Daluna, go.
Daluna.
Sorry, my internet crapped a little. Hello, my name is Luna13. You can find me on Blue Sky. Where else as well at Luna13. Scheduled for meeting. Actually, probably not this week because I was just to do or work or related on Friday, but next week. Actually, I don't think we're gonna have a this week anyway. Yeah, next week, Power Rangers Cyberstrike on first channel, and here for game night, and again here for next Wednesday.
Alright. Next would be Hoshi.
Hello, I'm Royal Hoshi. You can find me on all social media as Royal Hoshi. Next Tuesday, you can find me, Draco and Choco, playing Baldur's Gate 3. As we're not going to destroy another fireworks store, with every other Tuesdays, you can find us on Burnout's Bone channel playing Fate by the Witchlight. And as we're getting closer to killing another hag, I want to kill them all. Wednesday, you can find me here playing Clover as she wants to Antonious just to learn and understand what he can do and think like a rogue.
I'm a bard,
That's also a rogue.
but
No,
mostly
you're a
bard.
You're a cat.
Yeah.
You're not a bard or a
I'm
rogue, you're just a
primarily
cat.
a cat, yes.
You're primarily a house cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you turn thinking like a rogue into the bard, you can do some really funny things. And that's what she's trying to get you to learn. And that's it for me.
So Yellow's been doing a good job.
Honestly, a lot of really good moves done.
Thanks.
Oh, I haven't done funny thing yet. That's why I have not used any spells yet.
Fair.
That's it for me. Dan, you're up.
Hello, I am Thanatos. What the fuck was today? I was not expecting this. I had fun though.
Yeah.
You can find me here with Draco playing as Kai Vermillion. And usually, sometimes I show up for party games, but most of the time I'm with the Lost Knights, playing a Celebrate Village Artificer. And also, I guess I'm just becoming the new DM on Mondays for his channel now, because Eyes of Plenty has not ended.
Yeah.
So, next session should be the last thing, because I'm running out of stuff. So, fingers crossed that they can get past this boss battle. That's about it.
Alright, and that'll bring us to Yell.
Hi. This was fun and a little bit interesting. So, I first I want to say Happy New Year. Suba aluta aluta kveva. And second, I stream when I can, and I also stream with Draco, not just on Wednesdays for Barovian Odyssey, but also on Fridays where we do Pokemons. Speaking of Pokemons, we did a little bit off stream, just a little bit, because I didn't realize Draco didn't unlock one of the beach points, and so we got him to that beach point so we can take pictures at the beach together. So that happened. What else? And we also did one raid battle together.
Yep.
To Terra Raid.
Oh, cool.
I now have a what's the first form of Tyranitar again?
Larvitar?
Larvitar, that's
Larvitar.
it.
Larvitar.
I now have a Larvitar that is a Dragon Terra type.
Ah.
So, yeah, that's in my box now.
You got Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a Smoliv. Oh wait, the Smoliv one was the only one that we did together, right? You didn't get it.
Yeah, we did technically fight against a Smoliv raid, but I didn't grab that one.
Yeah, the Smoliv had a Dragon Terra type.
Yeah.
Why didn't you grab it? I would have grabbed that 100%.
Because it's not actually a dragon, it just has the Terra type. And
I would count that.
I have I have a Diplin now that is a grass dragon, so what reason would I need a Smoliv?
Because it's Smoliv.
I don't care that much for Smoliv.
I love Smoliv.
I mean, I like the name. It's a fun name.
You're telling me you don't like this cute thing with anxiety?
The anxiety
Yeah.
olive. It's alright.
Anyways, so that's me. I also tried drawing. I haven't recently, and I do want to try finishing, starting and finishing a Live 2D challenge for liquid physics. So hopefully I can get through that, where I draw my own asset and rig it and make it look like liquid swishing back and forth. Maybe for a hot chocolate or something. We'll figure that out later. And now, to my lovely boyfriend Draco, who also is now... Do you want to say the thing?
Which thing?
The email you got. Oh my gosh.
Emote.
Because that happened off stream. That's why I wanted to.
Oh, the caster club thing. Yeah.
Creator club?
Creator club. That thing. Yes. Why did I say caster club? Creator
Because
club.
you were thinking of casting call club.
You know
because
what?
that's
that
also
makes
something
sense.
too.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mixed them up. But you've already found me here. I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Apparently, I wasn't really gonna say anything about it, but I'm apparently now in the Twitch Creator Clubs. That's neat, but that is not really, something I do stream-wise. But Mondays we do Persona 5 Strikers, where we are in the 3rd jail now in Sapporo. It is cold. It's fucking cold. We're gonna have to get our way through there, turn on some heaters, make progress. This is probably my least favorite jail, if I'm being 100% honest. And it's not just because I don't like the cold, but it does have one of my favorite moments in the game, but that's coming up. Tuesdays, you can either find us over at Burnout Fonts for Phase of Our Lives, as previously mentioned, or you can find us here doing Baldur's Gate with Chaco and Hoshi, also previously mentioned. Wednesdays, you can see what comes of this training arc and whatever happens after it. Thursdays is our party games day with a whole bunch of people. Friday, you can catch me and Yelling doing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet respectively. I'm doing a Draco lock. I can only catch dragons, Pokemon that evolve into dragons, Pokemon that look like dragons. And Yelling is doing a theme lock where they need to have a party that has a specific theme. Where I can only catch...
It needs to be consistent.
Yes, and it needs to be consistent.
Yeah.
Where I've been having, very few Pokemon to catch, they have been catching all of the Pokemon.
Because now, it's hardest at the beginning, but after time, you could just switch the party to whatever you have in the box at that point.
But that'll about do it for me. How about we find some...
But we also have the... we also have the Medilock going.
Yes, and a Medilock as well. Minute 30 seconds to get to a Pokemon Center to heal, or the Pokemon dies. But with all that said and done, how about we find someone to raid? We already know the raid message is jingle jingle.
Jingle jingle.
You know what? A friend of mine that I have not raided into a while, Omnamonch, is playing Repo with some people. How about we